HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Monday, January 29th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect, for the first time in a while, sunny skies with a high of 56. In hour one of today's show, we will recap the NFC and AFC championship games and talk a little bit of LSU football. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN or watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome in. OTB live on the road. Down here in Mobile, Alabama. We're here at the Convention Center. Nobody here quite yet. We see some players trickling in. Ray Davis just walking by. We are at the city that will be the epicenter of the football world over the next week. We'll be here live throughout the week. Shout out the homies at the MMR Group, the largest industrial contractor in the entire nation, sponsoring our trip here to Mobile. Great job by Rivers Huey getting us set up this morning. Looks like we are good to go. Lights, camera, action, and excited for this week. Feels like returning home in a lot of ways. I love this city. I love this week, and I'm excited for this week. We'll talk some Senior Bowl today. We got the playoffs to break down from yesterday. We know who's going to play in the Super Bowl. LSU had a big recruiting weekend over the weekend. And the Cajun Bash, kind of lazily named, but that was the only part that you could describe lazy in terms of the amount of effort that went into this thing. So we'll break down that. A familiar face returning to LSU once again, third time's a charm. And we got weekend winners and spread lines. Jake, what's up, man? How we feeling?
Feeling great. Always glad to be back here. I was telling you, feels like this trip kind of comes fast every single year. Feels like we were just here. One of my favorite things is to watch T-Bob just completely just jump right into the city of Mobile.
Yep.
T-Bob becomes one within the city of Mobile.
Can't wait.
He thrives in Mobile, and now he's here in Mobile, and so it's always one of my favorite things to watch.
We're going to do this. We're going to do a little snaps. Going to take a little run around the city, see the old hot spots again, and then you could probably catch me drinking beer at the fake New Orleans that they have. And I say that with love. I believe as a wise hotel man told us last year, who's the mother? Who's the father?
I don't remember. You used this a lot last year. By the end of the week, I'll be able to tell you.
New Orleans, we'll just say it like this. Mobile's the mother of Mardi Gras. New Orleans is the father, okay? And it's okay. They're a happy union. And I love their very New Orleans feeling street. And I'll be, like I said, drinking some brews in her. So if you're at Mobile, be on the lookout for a big, fat, sweaty guy. Drinking beers in the afternoon because he has nothing to do. Now, no practice today. The meat markets today, weigh-ins. We'll get into what that experience is like because Jake's done that firsthand. But look, I think we kick it off with some Senior Bowl talk here in Mobile, Alabama. Yeah, there we go, Jake. Talking little players. Most excited to see. Jake, who do you like?
Oh, my God. For those that didn't listen over the last couple of years since, we come here now, this is our third year in a row, T-Bob and the Soundboard are back. That's going to be his band name, I guess, for the week.
We are T-Back. Yeah, I mean, that was bad. I want an excuse to try to use the laugh.
Yeah, we know.
All right.
Yeah.
We can stop laughing. Stop
God.
laughing. Okay. Who are you most excited to see this week?
Always. The LSU guys, but outside of that, always the running backs, of course. Ray Davis just walked by. Can't wait to get his thoughts on Mark Stoops and tell him that you call him Mark Poops. So certainly going to ask Ray Davis about that.
Tell him that.
Absolutely, I'm going to tell him that. Cody Schrader, of course. the other running back that I'm very excited to see. You got Michael Penix Jr., you've got Bo Nix. I mean, there's some big names at this year's Senior Bowl. Not that there's not always big names, but, I mean, Michael Penix Jr., Bo Nix, I mean, they were right there with Jaden Daniels, 2 and 3 in the Heisman.
Yeah.
So you typically don't get, that position here in Mobile. And I'm not meaning that disrespectful, but a lot of times if you're that guy, well, you're, a top 5 pick. You don't have to show up here. Because remember when Jaden got invited to the Senior Bowl, it felt like a huge deal.
Yeah,
we
for
were all
him.
pretty excited.
It was him
for
getting
him.
bumped up, but
Because, he wasn't.
times change.
At the beginning of the year, he wasn't on Jim Nagy's radar to be here. Maybe if a couple guys drop out, well, then he played himself out of the Senior Bowl. So, but still, to have 2 marquee primetime quarterbacks here, excited to catch up with some of those big names.
Watch out, Saints. And there's a pass rusher, Jalix Hunt. Played safety at Cornell, transferred to Houston Christian, and became an edge rusher.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right, dude. I can hear Mickey Loomis smacking and salivating from here.
What's the score that the Saints
Relative
put above?
athletic score, the RAS, baby.
Oh, my God. It feels like he'll score through the roof, and the Saints will trade up to 8 to take him.
So I agree with you. Penix Jr., Bo Nix, obviously those are, super interesting guys because they're already super famous. And, in Michael Penix Jr.'s case, he's trying to become what I believe will be, the 4th quarterback drafted. Bo Nix trying to prove that he can do more than what Oregon asked him to do this year in terms of being relatively dink and dunk. But then there's some not so obvious guys. Well, in the quarterback position, Spencer Rattler's certainly one. Rattler had a pretty good year this year at South Carolina. I think that was an actually, I would say his stats are pretty good. It's well over 3,000 yards, 60% completion, 2-to-1 touchdown to pick, 19-8 or something. But if you look at how god-awful the South Carolina offensive line was,
oh my God,
it's almost
it's
almost like you could give it a 25% bump in every category. So this is a perfect, this is one of the things I love about the Senior Bowl. In theory, right? This deals with stuff like what I've called the Alabama paradox, where if you're trying to scout an Alabama player, it's hard to do because 11 on 11, they are going to be markedly better than every team that they face on Saturday. So it's tough to get a measure of the individuals. Well, this is an opportunity to do just that. And if you're on a team that's worse than most that you played, maybe like a Rattler, well, all of a sudden now you get to be on an even playing field and see what it's like when you have a functional offensive line. Does he become fast riser? We'll see.
Of the list that I put together of guys I was most excited about, I mentioned Michael Penix, I mentioned Bo Nix. Lab McConkey is somebody that I'm excited to kind of watch and see how he does. I think he's way more than people give him credit for, right? He's going to be put in he's a slot guy. He can run these 4 routes, and I think he's way more than that. I think he's super athletic coming out of Georgia. Excited to see him this week. You've got Sam Hartman. I think Rivers is excited to see what he has going on this week.
Dude, I am too, even though I'm excited to see Hartman for sure.
Payton Wilson, linebacker out of NC State. The guy played college football for 73 years, and every year that he was on a football field, he was always the leading tackler. One of the best defensive players in the country a year ago. There's some questions about where he should play in the NFL. Where should they place him? Mike Backer, is he a Sam? Is he a Will? Where is he going to land? So excited to see how he's used this week and see kind of what he does to kind of solidify his position here in the Senior Bowl. Because that's another part of the Senior Bowl that's always intriguing to me is guys that are considered a little bit of tweeners, because tweener doesn't always mean a bad thing. It's you can just do multiple things. But here in the Senior Bowl, typically they'll try to put you in all those different positions to try to see which one you fit best.
One name to watch, and look, we're going to get into the conference championships next. We'll probably circle back around to Senior Bowl, and we'll have players potentially dropping in as they can throughout the show today. But one name to watch is a name that LSU fans probably recognize but aren't too happy, or you might not recognize the name, but you'll remember him. It's Braden Fisk. Remember number 55 from FSU? Kind of kicked LSU's ass in that first game of the season. I did not know his full story, and in prepping for the bowl, I learned it. And here you have a cat. He was a two-star out of where was it? Michigan City, Indiana. He goes from being a two-star, goes to Western Michigan. He becomes a five-star in the transfer portal. He transfers to FSU this year, and he becomes a third-team All-American.
Yep.
And so when you look at a guy that's gone through that sort of climb, well, this feels like the next step in that climb and like somebody who could be a big performer.
Yeah, I mean, he was somebody that when he was in the transfer portal, I think a lot of LSU fans kind of had circled before he went to Florida State. And so, like, that was somebody that it was a position of need for LSU. But you never quite know. You never quite know how it's going to, go from where you're at in that level to a Florida State or to a major conference. And he's somebody that I think will improve his draft stock here. His size is kind of coming into question a little bit, but like here in these one-on-ones, as we've seen before, like that's where you can kind of get all that out the way. Like show, hey, look, I might not be this, that, or the other, but I can go out there, I can play against the best, and I can dominate. And like for those positions, offense and defensive line, I always feel like they can improve their draft stock more than any other position here in Mobile, it feels like.
Because I remember my first ever Senior Bowl watching Aaron Donald dominate everyone.
I mean, that's kind of, unfortunately, it's where we fell in love with Trevor Penning.
Yeah, speak for yourself. I fell in love with the guy the Patriots drafted.
Cole Strange?
Yeah, who also I didn't think worked out. I don't know if he was a great use of a first-round pick. But, yes, that's who I actually fell in love with. You can have Penning.
Yeah.
All right, when we get back, more OTB. Let's dive into these NFL playoffs. Keep it locked right here, 104.5 ESPN.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger. 1130 The Tiger.
Alondra, just go ahead and give me our live here. What are we talking about?
Community Steel. Community Steel.
Oh, Community Steel Company, CommunitySteelCo.com. What was the text we got the other day? Where was Brandon Barton?
Dominican Republic.
In the Dominican Republic, and had his Community Steel Co. shirt on, and somebody's like, "Oh, dude, I love your ads, OTB." So, thank you, loyal OTB listener, for letting the advertisers know that it's working. But look, you already know, because at the end of the day, we're not really doing anything except telling you about the incredible deal that is Community Steel. Right there, Gonzales, Louisiana. Everything made in-house, okay? Meaning you get the best prices. No middlemen jacking up the prices on the back end. Any purlin, tubing, steel building, sheet metal needs that you have. It's all there for you at Community Steel Company, CommunitySteelCo.com. Go check them out today.
You go to the website, T-Bob gave you CommunitySteelCo.com. Right there in the very top right of the website, click on Community Steel, show exactly where they're at in Gonzales, Louisiana. And we always tell you, give them a call, 225-647-2020, and you can go see them today, again, in Gonzales, Louisiana. Find that address at CommunitySteelCo.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Ford F-150 lifted trucks. $10,000 off new Ford F-150 and 3.9% financing. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Join MMR and ignite your career today. MMR is the largest electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, and they're seeking talented individuals to join their team. For over 3 decades, they've been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge, and they have offices all around the globe.
And MMR offers a tailored path for both professional and personal development, outstanding benefits, and a dynamic culture. So whether you're an intern, a seasoned pro, or you're just starting out, see what MMR can offer you. Apply at mmrgrp.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
The best.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Monday's AFR, presented by Relief Windows. Austin Thomas returning to LSU football. What does it mean for Brian Kelly's program? And Super Bowl 58 will be set. We'll preview it. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Of the football world for the next few days, and it is insane that just walking by, random interview here to start of the show, no big deal. We just get the Bednarik Award winner, Payton Wilson out of NC State, unanimous All-American, as he tries to take his next step in his journey. This is a big, big man, y'all. I am not used to being to looking up at people. This is a big dude right here. Peyton, what's up, bro? How we feeling today, man?
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm just super excited for this week coming up. Super excited to showcase my talent against literally the best in the world, you know. But I'm super excited to be here.
Well, and here I'm not coming too forward. I'm just gonna do that right. Oh, my bad, dude. Yeah, there we
Can
go.
you hear me now?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Wait, dude. So, well, it's funny. I mean, you say showcase your talent, right? We're talking about ACC Defensive Player of the Year, first year. Like, you have definitely done that. So, a lot of times this week, I feel like is for maybe people who have, are at a smaller school. You try to rise. Like, what is kind of your setting entering this week in terms of your personal goals and what you're kind of hearing from teams and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm going to treat this week like any other game week. You know, I'm going to be as locked in as I can. I'm going to be studying film. And at the end of the day, I'm here to prove that I'm the best player on the field. And, you know, that's my mentality every single day. And no matter where I'm at or what I've proved, I still have so much more to prove. And there's so many GMs and scouts here that I just want to get around and let them get to know me, just to know my personality, as well as to, you know, see that fearlessness and that effort like in person rather than just on tape.
Is there one thing that you're like, all right, I want to go into Mobile and I want to make sure that they know this about me? Like, is there one like skill, one trait about you that you want to walk away and say, I know that I did the best in this one thing?
Yeah, when it comes to on-field stuff, I just want everybody to know that I'm the most athletic linebacker in this class. I think that I have unmatched speed at the linebacker position. I think if you turn on the tape, it'll show. And then, you know, just off the field, I want people to know that, like, I'm really strong in my faith. You know, Jesus Christ is why I do this, and he's my why. You know, he's the reason that I want to be so good at football, so I can grow my platform to, you know, get his name out there. So
it's interesting too at our church. Our my pastor talks a lot about how like the way of honoring God is maximizing your natural gifts. Right? Is that something that you kind of ascribe to?
Yeah, I mean, it says in the Bible, you know, run the race, and you know that's what I'm doing. I'm going as long as I can. I'm gonna play till I physically can't, because at the end of the day, my job here is to, you know, bring people to Jesus Christ. And you know, the longer I play football, the better I play football, the bigger my platform grows, and the more people I can bring to Him.
So this is maybe what, you know, some people might hear. They'd be like, okay, well that's you know that's very noble and that's great. How do you square that with being a violent psychopath playing middle linebacker and just lighting dudes up?
Yeah, all you got to do is turn on the tape to see that. Like you said, you know, I think our purpose
but
here is
how do you kind of get in that mindset for the game to get to just like, do you flip a switch? Is it like a different on the field, off field? How do you do?
On the field and off the field are two different people for me. As soon as that helmet comes on, I flip switches, and if you're on that other team, I'm looking to take your head off. But off the field, I mean, I feel like I'm as nice and as genuine as it gets, and I want people to, be able to approach me, and, anyone in the world can come up and talk to me about anything, and that's just what I want people to know this week.
Look, I'm going to assume that in your household growing up, it was pretty competitive.
Yeah.
Knowing your brother's already made it to the show, made it to the big leagues, you got to, let him know, hey, I'm about to catch up with you, right?
Yeah. I tell people all the time, if you go back to Raleigh at NC State, I'm Payton Wilson, the football player. But if you go back to my hometown, I'm Bryce Wilson's little brother. I still haven't gotten outside of that bubble yet, but hopefully I'm getting there, But, just having him in my life has been an honor, just how humble and, how kind he is to everybody, just, shows everybody, the way to do it.
He can be a bulldog on the mound, too. I'm a Braves fan, and that's how I knew the connection there. I mean, he's got a little bulldog mentality as well.
Yeah, I mean, he was a really good football player, but obviously, that we got to save that right arm, and I think that's where that mentality comes from. But, it kind of just runs in our family with my parents, they're both, we live out in the woods on a farm, it's kind of that mentality, just blue collared, I
mean, are the parents athletic? I mean, it had to come from somewhere. Gotta be, right?
I mean, I don't think my mom played sports, and my dad went to the Army, but, my dad, drove a truck his whole life, just woke up, pushed us every single morning, pushed us every single day. So
sounds a lot like Joey Hester.
I was about to say, it sounded like your pops for sure, dude. So we were talking off air right before you came on, and we were just talking about injuries and whatnot. I read a quote this morning from the LSU baseball coach that I really liked, and it was essentially along the lines of look, I don't know what's gonna happen this season. I can't promise you anything except for there will be adversity. Right. And you mentioned overcoming an ACL to now, like you said, being the fastest linebacker in this class. As I said, AC Player of the Year, Bednarik Award winner. What was it like for you? Was there ever a moment where during that injury or at some point in your career where you're like, I just don't know. I just don't know if I can do this?
Yeah, I don't think it ever got to that point. But what I will say is injuries, they really show you something, because I don't think that people really understand how much we take stuff for granted.
Yeah.
That whole season I missed where I was just watching people do what I love, and I literally wasn't able to. It kind of broke my heart, and just the drive and the fire that it put in me. I think that's a lot of the reason that I play the way I do, because I understand that next play can't be my last. No one's guaranteed 3, 4, even one play,
Yep.
So just playing every single play like it's my last. And, I have to credit that to the injuries, just the trials and tribulations that I've been through, just knowing that it's not guaranteed. So you have to put everything in every play.
I know you're going to go out, whatever team ends up drafting you, you're going to find a way to get on the field. But, is there any certain team or defense or position that you're I think I could be best suited for this? Or are you just hey, Sam, Mike, Will, I really don't care?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to play Michael Will, but wherever I end up, I'm just excited to get in a scheme, learn the scheme as fast as I can so I can play just, as fast as I possibly can. Because once I get the scheme down, and I'm able to play fast, I think it's just a different level. So
I mean, I would assume with the speed and the different things you see on tape, even a nickel Sam situation, because there's some defenses that we saw LSU go to that.
Yeah.
I mean, a nickel Sam where you can kind of be on the field all 3 downs.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely love being a 3-down linebacker.
Are nowadays.
I know.
So.
What about you mentioned film study and wanting to play Mike? Is that I normally don't associate defensive players with too much film study. Obviously, though, Mike linebacker may be the exception there. Is that something that you like? Do you like the mental part of the game, getting everybody lined up, kind of playing that chess match with the offense?
Yeah, it was really cool for me this year because in the past we had all 3 of us were older. We had 2 other veteran linebackers with me, so we all kind of took a piece of that.
Yeah.
And this year the linebacker core was a little younger, so I got to do all of it. It was really fun just, making checks, seeing formations, moving people around, and, it taught me a lot about the game. I think just, doing that and then, just understanding more football IQ. I think a lot of the plays I made this year was just because I knew what was coming. It's not that I'm some crazy talented athletic player. I think it just in the film room and preparation, is where it comes from. And I think a lot of the plays that I made this year were because of that.
So where are you working out right now? I'm assuming as soon as you got done, you went and trained somewhere. I went to API in Arizona, and it was great, but it was you were there, and it was a grind, and then you come here, and then you go right back. So where are you at right now?
Yeah, I'm at XP Sports in Fort Lauderdale with Tony Villani, and it's a grind, but I'm enjoying it. The weather's super nice down there, so we train twice a day, and then after that I just relax. So I'm really enjoying that.
Are you good? Like, see, I was going from running back in college to fullback in the NFL.
Yeah.
And so, like, I had to constantly eat and eat in the meal plans.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was just like they had the diet, like, all laid out for you.
Yeah. I mean,
how's that portion?
Yeah, that's how it is. I mean, we get 4 meals a day.
Yeah.
They're all, like, pre-made. We just warm them up, and eating's the biggest part of the job.
Yeah.
You can't miss a meal. You can't miss any protein or fuel. So, I mean, eating's just as big a part of the job as working out and, watching the film. So.
So this week, I think today's like the meat market day. You're going to get measured up and everything, and then practice starts tomorrow. Have you gotten a chance to talk to any of the coaches, any of the other players?
Yeah, I mean, I've been around a lot of the guys. I mean, everyone here seems like they're really good dudes. Been on the phone with my position coach, and we got the playbook and stuff. It's pretty simple.
Interesting.
Not too much. But we're going to go to meetings today and just fine-tune everything, and so we can get out there and get rolling tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I guess, T, you would run the defensive coordinator. It's different coaches from different staffs. When I played in the game, we had the 49ers staff, so we ran the 49ers offense. And so I guess whatever the DC is, you just run that team's defense?
Yeah, so I think the head coach for the national team is the DC for the Jets. So I'm assuming that it was just not his whole defense, but just a small portion of it, because they have to keep it simple because we're only here for 3 days. So.
Yeah, man. It's going to be – I know the whole goal of this week is to grind you down physically and mentally, but I can feel the energy radiating off of you right now.
Yes, sir.
I feel like you're ready, bro.
Yes, sir.
I feel like you're freaking ready, dude.
Yeah, I'm just honored and pumped. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Not many people are able to say that they made it to this game, and I am. So, I can't thank the Lord enough, and I'm ready to showcase my talent.
Heck yes, man.
I'm
What
excited
an
to watch,
incredible way to start off our week in Mobile here. A great player, a better man, Payton Wilson. Payton, thank you so much for joining us today. That was
appreciate
awesome,
it,
man.
Yeah, thank y'all so much.
Best of luck this week. I'm hyped to watch you during practice, dude.
Yes,
There he is. That's your Bednarik Award winner, HC Defensive Player of the Year, unanimous All-American, NC State's finest, even though he grew up a Duke fan. Jake.
I don't know if we're supposed to disclose that information out there, but it's okay.
Oh, that's my bad. Yeah, that's on me. All right, when we get back, we got some more OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob. Hester and T-Bob.
What's going on, y'all?
All-Star.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. Check them out today. They're located off an airline in Goodwood, man, and they are the absolute best. You're looking to buy a new Toyota certified used vehicle. You just need to lease something. You want to go to All-Star Toyota. How about the service center, the body shop? You get in an accident, bring it into All-Star, and let them let them take care of your vehicle, man. It's all makes and models. Doesn't have to be Toyota. They get the free professional estimate, excellent lines of communication. They have the rental cars right there on site. The shuttle service is ready to go. Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge today. All-Star Toyota.
Yeah, go to that website if you're looking to buy new, if you're looking to lease, or if you're looking to rent that Toyota. Maybe you've got a trip coming up for a Mardi Gras break. And remember, no matter what you need, they've got it over there at All-Star. The full fleet is available, so go check it out today. Again, that website, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
It was a humid day barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
The best.
Live from the 2024 Reese's Senior Bowl, Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. We are live in Mobile. It is Senior Bowl week. MMR Group sent us here. Shout out MMR Group, largest industrial contractor in the entire nation. Just had a great sit-down with Payton Wilson. By the way, I don't care if you're a student looking for, internships, potential career path forward, or if you are a seasoned pro or somebody just starting out, you want to go check out the MMR Group. I think we're about to get to talk to Michael Penix, guys. Fingers crossed. Big moment for me. I don't know if he realizes that I was basically the Southern Husky representative all year long, but excited for that. Until then, though, let's dive into the games yesterday. So the NFL playoffs yesterday, conference championships in the books, Super Bowl set, and it's exactly what the NFL wanted. They got their Chiefs-Niners matchup, brand on brand, the one that will force the most eyeballs. In terms of yesterday's games, Jake, for me on the NFC side of the equation, the Lions just made too many damn mistakes, right? Yeah. You're trying to beat a team like the Niners. You can't afford to drop fourth down conversions or drop a lot of balls for that reason. Maybe some questionable calls at times. And you have to credit the Niners for just roaring back in the manner in which they did. On the AFC side of the equation, I know we're going to make this a Mahomes-Lamar conversation, and I'm down to have that because I do find that to be very interesting. But to me, the thing I came away is just like the Chiefs are, and I don't know, in football sometimes this feeds almost like out of the quarterback or the quarterback influences this stuff because you would get this sort of feeling the Patriots at the time. But the Chiefs feel like the best team in the NFL potentially. I mean, the defense is incredible, and they've been incredible all year long. I think they're number 2 or 3 in scoring defense. But then it's like Harrison Butker's out here, and he's made like 6 50-yarders in a row, right? And he never misses. And then with the game on line, got to have it. The punter pins him down at the 1. It's just like every single facet of the game, they're just so sharp right now. Oh, and then they have the best quarterback in football.
Man, and they step it up in the playoffs like I've never seen before. Like Drew Tranquill was the leader in the clubhouse on defense yesterday, and I know him because he was a Charger, right? And he signed with Casey as a little depth piece, play some special teams, be a leader, blah blah blah. And then he had to step up, and he's done it down the stretch, and that's just what the Chiefs give you. It doesn't really make sense, but they just always find a way, and they'll have a receiver Scantling was the guy the last 2 weeks. He shut the door on the game the last 2 weeks. T-Bob, it's they're inevitable. That's what they are. They're inevitable in the postseason. And you're right. Like, they feel like the team that no matter who has to step up, they always do it. I mean, Travis Kelce, right? Before the playoffs, like, it had been since like week 11 before he had a touchdown. And now he's back to like Travis Kelce that nobody can stop. It is wild how this team just turns it on in the playoffs. Not that they were bad. They were 11-6, but they had some faltering down the stretch. But it doesn't matter because once the playoffs come, Patrick Mahomes is going to do his deal. Pacheco ran the ball 24 times for 2.8 yards, right? So the run game wasn't there, but they just found a way. And it feels like no matter what, they are inevitable, and they're going to be in the Super Bowl with an opportunity, and nobody had them. Like, a lot of people didn't have them even winning that game yesterday.
No, I mean, because, again, the kind of data leading up to it said that they probably shouldn't have. But they are so complete. And then, look, what more can you say about Louisiana's finest, L'Jarius Sneed? Probably the most underrated cornerback in the entire NFL. Our guy Jetpack in the chat is a bit of a Sneed fanboy. He's been preaching the good word of Sneed and that this guy's underrated. He's like a potential NFL Hall of Famer or should be one day. And should have been at LSU, was not. But I mean, the play that he made against Zay Flowers yesterday, that's a championship-winning play. Zay Flowers is about 6 inches from that ball breaking the plane. All of a sudden, Baltimore is going to be down 3 at home. The crowd will come alive. You've completely changed the fabric of the game. And then because of yet another unreal play by Sneed, who follows, right? Like, he follows the best receiver all over the place every game. He travels. He has to shut him down. He is their Dion. He comes up with just a massive play to force the fumble. And you're cool with it then, though, if the defense recovers it inbounds, but not if it goes out of bounds. But yes, Sneed forces the fumble, and
I feel like that was like
it came out because it just popped into my head that, like, if you like it then you have to like it when you go, but we don't even have that argument yet.
No.
I'm getting distracted. L'Jarius Sneed is awesome.
He's incredible. We talked about him last week, from Minden, Louisiana. Doesn't have a big recruitment, ends up like 20 minutes away from where he went to high school at Louisiana Tech, and he has been incredible this year. Like, oftentimes in the NFL, like, you don't travel anymore. Like, you don't.
Yeah.
Like, you have a corner that plays one side, and maybe you'll have a boundary and a field corner, maybe, but you don't travel a lot. Well, he travels because he is that good. And, look, Zay Flowers, there was a busted coverage, and Zay Flowers makes, Sneed miss a couple times because there was so much space, and he gets a taunting penalty, kind of spins the ball right by him, shoves him down, flexes on him, and then plays later.
Yeah.
L'Jarius Sneed gets redemption there. Peanut Tillman punch a little bit, bringing it back to Louisiana again. It was a play of the game. I mean, it was the game. Like, that's what the playoffs, that's what it is. Like, it is that play. You're 3 feet from scoring, and if the Ravens scored, they had the momentum.
Yeah.
Right? They had the momentum certainly at that time because Kansas City didn't score in the second half.
No, that's the thing. The Ravens deep, and again, that's why I say, like, look, Mahomes is awesome, and I think having a quarterback like that does kind of inspire everybody around in some ways. But, like, if you just watched the second half, you didn't see Mahomes really do anything.
No.
They got shut down. Like, that Ravens defense consistently answered the call. But were the Chiefs the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL, though? Or maybe they were, like, second or third? The point is that actually the Chiefs have been all year long. It's just that it's hard to shake the Mahomes and the Andy Reid and the offense factor in terms of getting the majority of headlines. And make no mistake, like, Mahomes landed punches early on that sent shockwaves throughout the entire game, but you won that game because of the Kansas City defense and the special teams, and and Butker making it look easy. Like I said, the punter pin him at the 1, just all the execution, every phase of the game, just too damn good. And in the end, a lot of people are just going to make it about Lamar, and it sucks for him because despite all the good, this is now going to kind of overshadow a lot of it. And it was the AFC championship, first ever AFC championship in Baltimore. So having that happen in front of the home crowd, especially kind of bad break there.
Yeah, because I think Lamar's been fantastic. He's my MVP. I think he's a lot of people's MVP for what he did this year. But you're exactly right when you talk about the Chiefs' defense, right? This is not the Chiefs defense of old. Like Lamar just went against the number 2 scoring defense, okay, and also the number 2 as far as yards per game given up in Kansas City. I mean, this was an elite defense, and so it was always going to be a low-scoring game. Now, when it started, I look over to my son, Jackson, I'm like, man, I had this low scoring because it looked like coming out of the gates like it was going to be back and forth a little bit. Both defenses just hunkered in and settled down. And you talk about going like you just like if you're Kansas City, you're going against Lamar and all those weapons, and if you're Baltimore, you're going against Pat Mahomes and all those weapons, and just they did everything they could to put their team in position to win the game, and it was always going to, okay, well, who can make the play? Well, the play was L'Jarius Sneed knocking out the ball. Like, that's the one play because once those defenses kind of settled in, then, like, it was always going to come down to a mistake by one team or something superhuman and heroic or whatever you want to call it there at the end. So the Chiefs defense is not going to get a lot of credit. They only gave up, T-Bob, 17 points per game.
So, I mean, like, even right here, you have Chris Terrell. Exactly, right? You have Chris Terrell. The Ravens OC called a bad game. He reverted back to his college play calling. Well, actually, I mean, first off, Todd Monken calling plays in college in the biggest games was actually, like, why he got – like, he was incredible at it. But secondly – is it really about the play calling, or is it about the defense that gave up 17 a game all year long? Like, at a certain point, you can't blame the coaches. You have to credit the opponent, and this is that.
About Todd Monken, okay?
And look, and Spags, I don't know why Spags are so freaking awful in New Orleans. And no, in New Orleans, too, he had put together the worst season ever, but he's awesome now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Todd Monken, look, if he would come be the Saints offensive coordinator, I would literally drive to wherever he's at and pick him up if he would come down to New Orleans to call plays. So Todd Monken's just fine.
All right, Mike, you good? Can you come on? Hey, what's up, man? What's going on, man? T-Bob, nice to meet you, brother. Jake Hester. This is the man. You already know him. The lefty with the rocket arm. If you listen to this show, you know I was the Southern representative of the Washington Huskies this year. Oh, and this is my man here, Michael Penix Jr. We got him. We got headphones. You got volume. There we go. You good to go? Yeah. Michael Penix Jr., what is up, man? What's going on, bro? How we feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling great. How about you?
I'm feeling excellent. I'm a bit of a fanboy of yours. I'm a lefty myself. Okay. I was riding with the Huskies all year long. Y'all were so much fun to watch. Toughness, taking shots, just a complete team. What did this last year mean to you, man?
Man, it meant a lot, especially, because after the 2022 season, I know a lot of guys, we came back, for the opportunity that we had this year. We trusted and believed in each other, and we definitely, a lot of guys, they bet on themselves, because I know a lot of guys could have left last year, but they trust the process. They trust in Coach DeBoer and came back, and, we had a good run, and obviously, we wish we could have finished it off, but, man, I'm super blessed for this year. So,
I mean, you and Coach DeBoer, y'all's relationship at Indiana in Washington, I mean, I have to assume that is a tight-knit relationship because it always felt like y'all didn't even have to say anything to communicate on the field. Like, y'all both were thinking the same thing, and it was like a head nod, and you knew exactly what it meant.
Yeah, for sure, man. I just feel like it was just the way he prepared me and, whenever he was my offensive coordinator, and then obviously with Coach Grubb as my offensive coordinator at Washington, him and Coach DeBoer, they're like best friends. They've been together for like past, I would say about 13 years, 14 years, so just that connection, between both of those guys, it was amazing,
Probably my favorite moment of the season was that first Oregon game when y'all were losing and you were sitting there freestyling on the sideline about how y'all were going to go win.
Yeah.
That level of confidence, how do you achieve that?
Man, preparation. I knew that I was prepared and I knew that I was ready for that moment. I trusted in the guys around me. I trusted in Coach Grubb with the play calling, and I just knew we had to go out there and execute. And I knew that we had what it took to be able to get it done, and we were able to. We had the guys, on that last drive, Jalen Polk coming up big with the first catch, and then obviously getting it to Rome Odunze, at the end to take the lead, So, man, it was just so much confidence from, I'll just say, preparation and just trusting the guys.
All right, I want to talk about the second Oregon game because I was mad for y'all. I mean, you come in, you had beaten them last year. You beat them in the first time game this year, and then, like, y'all were double-digit dogs. And then people were like, I'd bet it up to 14 points. I'm like, what are you talking about? Washington's beaten them 2 times in a row. Like, I know that you're not supposed to talk about those things, but that had to be talked about in the locker room, the disrespect that y'all were getting in that second game against Oregon.
Yeah, man. It was showed up in the team meeting. You know, it was on the screen in the team meeting. You know, so we saw it. You know, but man, it was our mentality was us versus us. You know, that was our like motto for the year. You know, so you know, just saying, man, we know that we're gonna have people that doubt us, but you know, it's up to us to make it happen, and that's what we were able to do. You know, just continue to trust in each other, and you know, not really worried about the rank, the underdog things and all that stuff, the predictions and stuff. You know, because you know those people don't know what we have in our building.
Well, and your story is a pretty incredible one where, I mean, just look, injuries are awful, right? And catching 2, not 1 but 2 ACLs is brutal, and I mean, that would defeat a lot of people, right? Maybe this is me. Maybe I just give up. You instead transform yourself. You become this pure passer. What are the biggest things that you learned from kind of going through those bad times?
Man, I would just say just patience, you know, and you know, I've never really had adversity going into college. You know, I've never really been injured or anything like that. You know, so when it first happened, you know, it was crazy. So I learned about adversity first and foremost. Yeah. You know, it hit me in my face. You know, but man, just understanding, you know, just that I just had to lean in on my faith, you know, and trust the Lord, and you know, trust that He had a plan for me. You know, because at times, you know, I was always like, you know, why is this happening to me? You know, I just kept getting hurt, but you know, I switched my shift from why is this happening to like, you know, what is this preparing me for? You know, and I was so it was like I just continue to trust and believe, you know, and just put in the work, and you know, I got to the point where I was confident, and you know, just was going back to having fun. So it felt good to be able to do that.
You know, I love y'all's mentality. I covered y'all in the Sugar Bowl and the national championship game, and just talking to your receivers, I'd never seen a group that had so many talented guys that were always rooting for the other guy. Right. Because, look, let's be honest here. Like, receivers sometimes, like, they want the ball, right? And they want to be the guy. But, dude, your 3 guys, like, they wanted the ball, but they were just as happy when their teammate made a play. And, like, the Texas game, I watched them celebrate. Like, that's rare. That's special that y'all had kind of that chemistry and that connection, and really the desire for everybody to be great.
Yeah, man, that's what made those guys so special. You know, obviously made my job a lot easier too. You know, I don't have to worry about coming to the sideline and it's like I'm open. You know, I would get it sometimes, like. But it was like the way that they did it was like, okay, if they were open and I'm missing it, like, hey, Mike, if they do this with the coverage, or if I'm man on this guy and I got this route, like, I'll be open, you know. But you know, they want to see each other be great. You know, that's just the love that they have in that room, and those guys truly love each other and truly wish the best for each other, and that's a special group. So.
Yeah. So we're out of Baton Rouge, so we're an LSU show basically, but. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, what is Alabama getting in Coach DeBoer and Coach Grubb?
Yeah, man, they're an amazing staff. You know, they're going to do a lot of great things, especially for me. I can speak about the offensive side of the ball. Right. You know, I know what they'll be able to bring for that. You know, it'll be electric. You know, they'll be able to do a lot of things. You know, on the offensive side of the ball, just the way that they scheme up things is, you know, it's second to none in my opinion. You know, because obviously I've been in it. You could have lied
to us and said it was going to be awful.
Man, see, when you came in and said you were at LSU, I'm like, I don't know, this might be a trick question. You know, but man, I got to stand behind my guys, man. Those guys definitely help me, you know, elevate myself as a player and a person in my career. So, you know, I'm forever thankful and grateful for them.
I thought Coach Grubb, honestly, like maybe he'd have an opportunity to be the Washington head coach. Like, it felt like he was ready. Yeah. Like, he feels like he's the star on the rise as well.
Seems like they're partners, though, dude.
He said he already said it.
He said best friend.
Yeah.
Mike, what's your goals for this week, man? Then we'll get you out of here. Because, I mean, you just dominated all of college football. Toward what are your goals here in Mobile?
Man, just soaking in all the knowledge that I get, you know, from these coaches, you know, being able to work with some NFL guys, you know, I feel like that's a special opportunity, you know, so I want to definitely take advantage of that. And then just enjoying the competition, you know, gonna be competing against the best guys at their teams, and it's gonna be a lot of competition going on. I'm super excited to see what that's gonna be like.
Michael Penix. Oh, my bad. Go
Just
ahead.
real
My bad.
quick,
Yeah,
real
go.
quick. Like when I talk about you, people are like, yeah, he's left-handed, and it makes me so angry.
Hell yeah,
Like it
dog.
does not matter which arm you throw the football with. Like, is that something like you've always dealt with? Because if you can throw the football, you can throw the football. I mean, your tape speaks for itself. Like, is that something you've always dealt with?
I never said that I really dealt with that much, but I do I hear the narrative that lefties throw it weird and stuff like that, but I can't control it.
I mean, bruh, go look
We're
at
all
that
lefties
Texas.
here. We're all lefties here, so I think we're all.
Go look at that Texas game when he's avoiding T'Vondre Sweat in his face, sidestepping, slinging it into tight windows.
That was like a video game feeling. It had to be.
That was insane, bro.
Yeah, man. It was fun. It was fun. It was definitely very fun. I feel like we had a great game plan going into that game, and we executed it at a high level and big-time moments. So.
Well, this was awesome for me. I hope you all enjoyed it as well. Michael Penix Jr., the Washington legend, and really the star of the week here in Mobile. Dude, thank you so much for coming on today.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely,
Appreciate y'all.
All right, we'll be back with more OTB coming up next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Get Gordon and get it done. 225-888-8888. You need somebody who's going to fight for you against a big insurance company to get in an accident. You want Gordon McKernan injury attorneys, okay? Look, the bottom line is that Gordon's been doing this forever. They're the experts. They know. And so take advantage of that experience, right? Go follow them on social media at Get Gordon. When you do that, not only will you get some great content from some of your favorite athletes, right? The G team and every one, of which a lot of your favorite players are there, but you'll get kind of general life advice. You'll get fun promotions. You'll learn about the new pickleball courts that are opening up. You'll learn what to do when you get in an accident, protect yourself, and make sure that you are set up for success. It's Gordon McKernan injury attorneys. Get Gordon, get it done. 225-888-8888.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Happy New Year from your friends at Front to Back Boat Service. And what better way to kick off your new year than by taking your boat to the next level? Get the boat of your dreams, and that's where Front to Back comes into play.
You want that spot lock trolling motor that's going to keep you right there on the water where you need to be. How about some forward-facing sonar that actually shows you the fish before you even cast? Custom stereo jobs, all of it. Sherman family's been doing it for 38 years. Go to fronttobackboatservice.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $20,000 off new 23 Ram 1500 Black Widow trucks, $20,000 off new Ram 1500 trucks, and all new Bayou Automotive vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank.
Live from the 2024 Reese's Senior Bowl, Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Hester and T-Bob.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back live here in Mobile, Alabama. Brought to you by the MMR Group, sponsoring the trip here to Mobile, largest industrial contract in the world. How about it? All right, look, obviously, y'all, well, I shouldn't say obviously, because I don't know how if y'all are paying attention to the clock, but this is going to be a minute-long segment. And I got to say, I know, look, we are trying to do better with the clock. We've been doing better. We really have, and we're going to continue to do so. I may need a brief respite on a day like today. There's a ton of players rolling through.
Definite respite.
We're going to take him as we can, right? I mean, the choice was like, was I going to have Michael Penix Jr. sit around for 5 minutes?
Bro, I
no,
couldn't do that.
no. So just kind of bear with us as we navigate these next few days. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. I'm already fanboying out.
I think we've got soon Michael Pratt, Tulane quarterback.
Tulane's finest coming on. I can't wait to talk to him about the rise that he was a part of at Tulane and this year. And well, I guess I don't want to bring up the Ole Miss game. God, I wish you could have played in that.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
More OTB. Keep it locked. Coming here. Go to Aggitemp Baton Rouge, AggiTempBR.com for all your AC, heat, and electrical needs. You want to go to Aggitemp. Look, it's still January, right? Couple days left to take advantage of the deal. You get a new AC unit. You get a heater for free. What if you buy that whole home generator? You get $2,000 off that whole home generator, and you get maintenance plans to make sure that when storm strikes, power goes out, that your system's good to go, your home's protected, your groceries protected, all that sort of good stuff. Aggitemp Baton Rouge, Aggitemp AggiTempBR.com.
Yeah, schedule that appointment on AggiTempBR.com and get that done today. And it's right there, top right corner of the website. And I tell you all the time, I have done it where I've been in studio, scheduled the appointment in studio, and they literally beat me to my house. That's the kind of service you're going to get over at Aggitemp, and you're going to know exactly who is coming into your home with the profile they will send you. AggiTempBR.com, AggiTempBR.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Join MMR and ignite your career today. MMR is the largest electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, and they're seeking talented individuals to join their team. For over 3 decades, they've been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge, and they have offices all around the globe.
And MMR offers a tailored path for both professional and personal development, outstanding benefits, and a dynamic culture. So whether you're an intern, a seasoned pro, or you're just starting out, see what MMR can offer you. Apply at mmrgrp.com.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Monday, January 29th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 62. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll continue breaking down Senior Bowl action, and we'll talk the latest with LSU football news. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN, or watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, Peter said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Welcome back to OTB. Hour number 2. We are live at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama. The players are out and about, and right now it's time to talk to the man. Unfortunately, a man who many will recognize. That's Cameron Laiatu. What's going on, man? How you doing today? How you feeling?
Good. How about you?
Doing well, man. What are you looking forward to for this week?
Really, I'm looking forward to just learning off others, coaches and other players too, bouncing ideas off each other, and maybe, my pass rush repertoire, my run game repertoire can grow after this week.
When you think back, what do you like? Okay, going from college now, making the leap to the NFL. What are the biggest parts of your game that you think you have to work on?
For me personally, it's a lot of people talk about like my run game and how it can be better. So I think shedding, getting off blocks quicker, letting people know that I can, be down in the trenches 100% of the time. I think that's a big thing for me.
So what have you been doing since the last game of the year? Obviously, you're going to go train for this situation. Where have you been training? What's kind of maybe the thing you've been working on the most?
Yeah, I drove down to Phoenix from L.A., training at Exos. I've been there from the first. January 1st.
Yeah.
And
that's where I train, man. It's a good spot.
No, it's a great spot. Everyone's cool there. I mean, work off each other, competing with one another. I mean, it's a great time, and I feel like I've been able to lock in there.
It's interesting, man, because when you look at UCLA and Chip Kelly and everything, it's like, oh, that's traditionally a school. We're like, oh, man, that's going to be a school that's going to be defined by offense and whatnot. But y'all were a defensive team this year, right? Like, that's how you made your hay. What was it like being a part of that kind of transformation?
I mean, it was crazy being a part of it. I mean, going out every week knowing that, we going to lead by example of how we play and how we, interact with each other. I mean, that whole defensive squad was super close with each other through practice. I mean, that 2022 season, it wasn't the perfect season for us. We had, some complications, some interactions that weren't so positive during practice, and we had to learn from that, that year going into the next year. And I think that really, boosts that defense up, especially with Coach Lynn coming in and taking over and, being that guidance for us.
I don't think people realize like the style of play that y'all have. It's a physical style. Like we found that out a couple years ago when LSU went and played, and Zach Charbonnet ran counter about 47 times, and nobody could stop
different.
it. Yeah, I mean he is, but like y'all's tight ends, and then like y'all have carried that over the last couple of years. I mean it's a physical nature style of football there at UCLA, and I think it actually sets up better than maybe some other schools go into the Big Ten, because like that's what y'all have been doing. That's been in the DNA.
Yeah. What's funny is our practices, we don't even tackle during practice. Like
really, I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't guess that because it looks like y'all are physical all the time.
Yeah. We like preach recovery, and every practice we're not really tackling. We're fitting up. Still full pads at times, but we're still fitting up, not taking anyone to the ground, and I think that's paid off for us in a way.
What about when it comes to this week from a mental preparation standpoint, right? Sometimes us O linemen can say that y'all D linemen are kind of see ball, get ball sort of guys. How much do you think like kind of the board work and the meeting room work comes into this week for you?
That definitely means a lot. Showing my understanding of the defense, getting in the playbook early that they gave us, learning different fronts and stuff like that, and really just explaining different pass rush concepts and how to work off that O lineman to get to that quarterback.
It's interesting. There's been a kind of kind of theme between guys that we've talked to this morning, guys who have overcome injury adversity, right? I know you went through some yourself. What did it? What kind of kept you going? Did you ever think that maybe you weren't going to be able to play anymore?
Well, definitely when you're told by like multiple doctors that you'll never be able to play football again, like it makes you think like, damn, like I won't be able to like do the thing I love anymore.
So Washington, correct? Like for our listeners, Washington kind of told you like maybe like you were done, right?
They medically retired me.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
So and then from there on, I really had to like tap into a different mindset of like I'm not giving up on my dream. Doing whatever I can to, get that second opinion and show people that, I can still play. I know my body. My body.
From medically retired to now potentially a top 20 pick in the NFL draft, dude, that is unbelievable. How did you overcome the fear of like maybe they're right, maybe I shouldn't play, maybe this is too dangerous?
Well, it's funny because I got the surgery on March 17th, and rugby's been a big part of my life too, and I wasn't really able to go back to football or do anything. They kept me out of the weight room and stuff like that, but they had like rugby clubs out there, like men's rugby teams out there in Seattle, and I found a team like 3 months after my surgery. It was supposed to be 6 months after my surgery. I was supposed to be able to do physical stuff, but 3 months after, I was like, I'm testing my body. Like I want to come back and play football, so I'm gonna go out and play rugby with this men's group. Tackling the grown men, like I was 20 at that time, 19 at that time. Was tackling grown men after my surgery, and it felt good. And it's a lot of people don't know this, but the Seattle Seawolves, they're an MLR
we got
team.
the New Orleans Gold down, or what is it? The Gold down in New Orleans.
I was actually supposed to sign a contract with them to like they were gonna take me on their team. I told the coach, I was like, I got to turn this down because, I still have dreams of making it to the NFL. Yeah.
So, all right, so walk us from like there. Like you're thinking about maybe even going to play rugby because they told you couldn't play football. You had this neck injury. Yeah. How do you find your way to UCLA? And then once you find your way there, like how do you make sure that they, are okay with you, you get cleared, and like everybody's on the same page?
My mom's been a big part of it. She's been reaching out to multiple doctors across the U.S., like texting old coaches, seeing if they have any, doctors that they can refer us to. And we found Dr. Robert Watkins over at Cedars-Sinai in L.A., and he was able to clear me. Like he's done this surgery on a lot of guys. He did it on Danielle Hunter and
no way.
And he was going crazy this season. But he was able to clear me, and from then on, I just had to let my body heal a little bit more. It was still the off season. It was August or April, and then. From then on, because the UCLA refers to Dr. Robert Watkins, and when they got the clearance from him, they was like, he's got the green light for us too.
From there to a unanimous All-American, Lombardi Award winner, what did it feel like? Because I know everything in your time right now is like forward. Like this week's all about like what's next, go. We got to stay in the moment. Did you have a moment of reflection when you're getting these accolades and you're getting these awards, and you're kind of like, wow, like kind of a pinch yourself sort of moment?
Most definitely. I mean, they're all blessings from God, and I thank Him all the time. And it's just a surreal moment for me every time I'm going in and getting recognized for something. And I was just able to put my heart on the line and for the game that I love and dudes that I love too, because there's nothing like that brotherhood to me. I mean, I think that was the biggest part of, why I was so sad that I was medically retired. I wouldn't be able to be in the locker room and be in the weight room with those guys. And, I think I was really fiending for that. And, I was able to tap into a different mindset, and it was all go from there.
All right, so this week, what do you want to prove? Do you want to prove, hey, I can do it? Standing up, hand in the ground, doesn't really matter. Like, you looking forward to the one-on-ones maybe more than anything?
I'm definitely looking forward to the one-on-ones, just show my, my pass rush, all the moves that I got in my bag, and really just showing I can do it from different alignments, different techniques, as well as playing the run as well in those pods situations. So, being able to show that I can, do all of it.
I'm glad you said that. All right. So it's been a long time, but I played in this game back in the day. This will be the most intense 9-on-7 that you've ever gone through. So I know that I know that you'll be ready. Yeah. I thought I was ready, but just know, like, your physicality, because I've watched you play on tape, it's going to do you justice here in that drill. 9-on-7, yes, just know it's going to be physical.
Yes, sir.
I love this line from a scouting report. I don't care how good the offensive tackle class is down in Mobile. Laiatu Latu is going to clown every single one he faces. I mean, I know you don't want to hear that, but hell yeah, dude. People are getting fired up. It's an incredible journey, man. It's an incredible journey. Congratulations. And, you talk about potentially missing the locker room. Well, I think you got a lot of locker room in your future. So I think you got some years yet, man. Hendricks Award winner, Lombardi Award winner, unanimous All-American, Laiatu Latu, UCLA's finest. The Rose Bowl is beautiful. I have awful memories from us getting our ass kicked out there, but beautiful stadium. For sure. Thank you so much, man.
No, thank you guys.
Absolutely, man. You have a great week
this week.
Yeah, you guys take care.
All right, we'll be back with more OTB coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger. The Tiger.
Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. All-Star, the reads are nice. We do it twice. That's because All-Star's big supporters of the show. So you want to support us. One way you can do that is by, helping yourself out, helping your vehicle out, and bringing it into the All-Star Service Center, man. I don't care if it's just like a simple tune-up or you get in an accident, insurance claims are welcome, you need the body shop. All makes and models welcome as well. Right there for Airline and Goodwood. It's very conveniently located. They got factory parts in there. They have rental car service, or rental cars, mislead sessions with cheaper per-day rental prices. Traditional rental companies, and they have the shuttle service. So they'll actually drop you off, pick you back up. Look, the bottom line, they send you text updates throughout. The lines of communication are incredible. You want to bring your vehicle into All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford is taking $10,000 off MSRP on new 23 Ford F-150 lifted trucks. $10,000 off new Ford F-150 and 3.9% financing. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
The importance of doing this Fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
We're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance jobs, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the Fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a Fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Happy New Year from your friends at Front to Back Boat Service. And what better way to kick off your new year than by taking your boat to the next level? Get the boat of your dreams, and that's where Front to Back comes into play. You want that spot lock trolling motor that's going to keep you right there on the water where you need to be. How about some forward-facing sonar that actually shows you the fish before you even cast? Custom stereo jobs, all of it. Sherman family's been doing it for 38 years. Go to fronttobackboatservice.com.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at Relief Windows.
Live from the 2024 Reese's Senior Bowl, Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Off the Bench with
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Wow, I mean, so far we have talked to Michael Penix Jr., talked to Payton Wilson, the Big Neric Award winner. Now we just talked to Lombardi Award winner, Laiatu Latu. It has been a hell of an early start here to the Senior Bowl. We'll see how that is for the player interviews for the rest of the day. It looks like we might be getting one right now.
You know, honestly, Latu doesn't even have to really even be here.
No, I mean,
if you think about where he's mocked,
top 20 guy.
And he just wanted to literally bet on himself, right? He wanted to bet on himself. He wanted to come out here. And just talking to him after that, he's like, no, I want to go out there in 9-on-7. I want to prove what I can do. I want to show him that I can stop the run. I want to show him I can play with my hand in the dirt or in a two-point stance. And so he doesn't have to be here, but he's like, when football is almost taken away from you, you want to make sure that you go out there and handle your business. So he's just another great story of guys out here in Mobile betting on themselves when – again, he doesn't have to be here, T. He's somebody that was going to get drafted incredibly high, but feels like he needs to work on a couple things.
What's going on, y'all? Right now, we're joined by Justin Eboigbe. What's up, man? Mobile kicking off. How we feeling today, dude? They're about to put you through the ringer, mentally, physically. I know you're about to be doing stuff all week long, so thank you so much for joining us today, dude. Oh, wait, hold on. I should probably turn up your mic. That would probably help, huh? I'm not very good at my job. What's up, man? Yeah, hell yeah, man. It's good to be here. So what are you looking forward to most this week?
Just the competition, just being able to, represent Alabama one last time, being able to get in front of teams, being able to, talk to them, learn from NFL coaching, and also just have an opportunity to compete.
You talk. So you mentioned representing Alabama one last time, man, and it's been an interesting time for Alabama as of late, obviously, right? With Coach Saban retiring and moving on. What did it mean for you to get to play for Coach?
I mean, everything in the world because, coming in as a recruit, that's the one guy who you get starstruck because you like, man, that's really Coach Saban, just being coached hard by him, seeing him day in, day out have the same fire and desire as anybody who played for him in the past would say. Just understand that, not realizing it was going to come to an end, right? But just appreciate that I was able to, be coached by him during the time that I was there. And, the guys who he had been coached by, I'm pretty sure that, it means a lot more because, not everybody can say, they'll get coached by him again.
Yeah. I had the opportunity to play for Coach Saban at LSU. His last year at LSU was my freshman year. like when he talks about the process and everything that he does, like it's hard to explain, but he stays true to everything that he goes out there. Like if he has a goal, like it's going to be achieved, even if it meant we were in period 7 and he was going to start the practice over because the goal wasn't being achieved. Like attention to detail is always when people ask me like, how's he so great? I'm like, well, the smallest thing's the biggest thing to him, and not like in a micromanaging way. He just wants to make sure everything is covered.
Right.
What about this year for you, Justin? Because 2022 cut short due to injury. It seems like something that we've been talking with a lot of guys today, and then you come back and explode this year. What did it mean to you to kind of bounce back from that low point?
It just taught me who I am as a person, because anytime adversity comes your way, it teaches you who you are as a man or a woman.
Yeah.
And I feel like, a lot of people say I'm going to come back better, but sometimes they don't really mean it. And I felt like my actions followed behind my words, and I meant each and every day that, when I come back, I was going to come back better, and I was going to appreciate every little moment. I was grateful for the times that, I was dying in the weight room, during the summertime or the long workouts, or, on the field, during the summertime, running gases, during fall camp, them long practices, But I just savored everything. I appreciate it. And instead of, regretting it or dreading it, I embraced it. And I feel like that's what propelled me to get better, instead of just, just being out there and, just trying to get to the end of the week or, get to game time. I treated every practice like it was a game.
What's the one thing that you want to go out here, you want to make sure, okay, when I leave Mobile, every NFL team, all 32 teams, because they're all here, they know this about me?
Everything that was on film, that's me. I'm going to go out there and compete. I'm going to get back up. I'm going to keep pushing. My versatility is key. I can play inside, outside. Anybody that played for Coach Saban know before you touch field, you got to stop the run. So, just, in the run aspect, I can stop the run, getting out the quarterback too. But just, I say it all the time, but just going out there and compete, I love to compete. I love going against top talent. That's the reason why I went to Bama.
First team All SEC. And just hearing you talk, Justin, it seems like mentally your knives are very sharp, right, in terms of how you approach things, perspective. That's one thing that I've always felt that Coach Saban seemed very ahead of the curve on, was kind of mentally preparing guys for the big moments. How do you process hard work? How do you deal with discipline and whatnot? Do you feel that he helped you, like in terms of dealing with nerves this week? Do you feel like what you've dealt with up to this point in your career, does it help with going into this week?
Man, anybody know that been through the Alabama program, especially at this time of the year, you're getting ready for something called fourth quarter.
We remember fourth quarter.
And it's physical, but it's more mental than anything.
Yes. Yeah.
And it just propels you through everything, because you go through the hard work, but you also have your teammates there to push you. It cultivates a culture and a mindset in you that you can get through it. Once you get past the physical and all that, it's mental more. It's mental more than everything. Yeah. And once you get past the mental aspect, man, you have nothing to worry about.
Does Coach Saban still have the trash cans like every 5 yards? No.
Well, they have the trainers on the outside with the trash cans around to where you see guys throw up. And that's one thing you don't want to do, because if you fall out, you gotta make it up. I can't say the word, but at the end of the fourth quarter program, if you don't make it, you get a fourth quarter as a shirt. So
you gotta be perfect, right? You gotta be perfect. You get the white shirt, or I don't know what color shirt it is. And then if you're not, you get dinged. Then you gotta stack him. Do y'all still run 110s?
In the summertime, when we had Coach Cochran, we did, but with the new training staff, it's a little bit different.
That had to be interesting, going from Cochran to whoever's next. I feel like he was such an institution there. I wanted to ask you about this, man, because how did it feel? Here's Georgia. They think they're big and bad. They're coming on. They got Kirby Smart. How did it feel to send off Coach with a win over Kirby?
Well, I mean, during that whole week of preparation, I was just telling guys, man, give it all you got for this 1 week, because after this, we'll have some time off. It'll be finals. They'll go on the road and recruit. We can, recoup your body and everything. And I'll be honest with you. When that first drive, when they came down and scored, I was telling them, hey, man, you know, it's going to be a long day. Strap your chin strap up, you know, get ready. They came to play. We came to play. They want the same thing we want. We want to get to the playoffs. And the only way we're going to do is we got to beat the man, and there was the man at that point. And, you know, just the resiliency of the whole team because we was built for this the whole year. You know, it's one thing I would say, you know, it wasn't like, you know, this was the first adversity we faced as a team.
True.
The whole year we faced adversity, you know, and after that week 2 loss, we knew that the adversity that we faced, we never wanted to face that type of adversity as losing. But, you know, we've been through so much, and we was like, man, you know, it's another thing. You know, it's a lot of times we done got knocked down, but it's about getting back up and, you know, finishing the fight. And one thing that he preached the whole week is going to be a 60-man dog fight. And whoever stands on top at the end is going to be the one who wins. And that's the mindset we had.
And, you know, really have never, you know, not oftentimes been able to have the mindset of a little bit of an underdog and talked about in that light. So I'm sure that's something that kind of relished that moment in, being able to go prove a lot of people wrong because oftentimes Alabama was the favorite.
Yeah, but I say being at Bama, it teaches you to really understand you're going to get everybody's best. You know, everybody wants to come in and beat Bama. You got to understand that, you know, you're never going to have a bad game from anybody because this is their, you know, Super Bowl.
For
you
sure.
know, they're going to play their best, you know, regardless if it's a lower-level team, you know, they want to come in and score a touchdown or, you know, 2 against and say they did that against Bama. Or, you know, they want to hang in there with the game and feel confident that they was able to hang with Bama. So it's always a standard that, you know, even we may win a game, we know that, you know, if we didn't perform to the standard, we didn't, you know, set out on our goals that we wanted to accomplish that game, then it's almost like a loss to us.
Yep. All right, what was your best venue on the road in the SEC?
Best venue?
Loudest, maybe most crazy.
Oh, of course, it got to be between Texas A&M and Auburn. Anybody know that, man, Texas A&M, that stadium gets loud.
It does get loud. Bunch of weirdos.
I mean,
a lot of stuff happens as far as like a lot of stuff happens as far as like crazy stuff. Always having to come down to a wire. I said same thing about Auburn, but it's more of a rivalry.
Yeah, I was about to say Jordan Hare looked pretty good this year.
It did, you know.
Before
until it didn't. It looked good until it didn't.
but that's what rivalry is about. You know, it's a great stories. Great games that come down to a wire and require a little bit extra from each team.
Hey, Justin, it's kind of interesting, man, because this does represent kind of a breakout year for you. I mean, 11 tiffles, 7 sacks, coming back from the neck injury last year. What is it? And you know, nowadays, especially, and this is not good or bad. It just is what it is. Like, maybe if a guy's not going to play immediately or get exactly what he wants to be, you're going to go see, and there's somebody that will, you know, take you and want you to give you what you want. Like, what did it mean to you to kind of stay the course, continue to develop, continue to work, continue to get better, and now be on or you know, accomplish what you did this last season, first team All-SEC, nearly comeback player of the year, all that sort of stuff?
It just shows you that hard work works. You know, commitment is everything. You know, when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. When I say I'm going to, you know, give you my time, like, you know, when I say that I'm coming to the school, that means I'm coming there, you know, through the good or the bad.
Yeah.
You know, the ups and the downs, that's what shows who you are as a man. And that doesn't mean that, you know, the people who decommit or, you know, in the portal as a, you know, bad guy or anything like that. It just show you that even during hard times or, you know, things may not go your way, I can be successful as a man because I'm going to make a way to where I am successful.
Yeah.
And I know that who I am as a person and everything that I've been through has molded me to person and everything that I have got going for me right now. And I knew that, you know, hard work works, and I know if I put all my eggs in the basket and each and every day work, then I can't be mad at the results that come.
Damn. I got goosebumps, bro. That's some good perspective right there. I like this comment in the chat. Please stop interviewing Bama players. It humanizes them and makes me struggle to hate the uniform. So there you go, Justin. You're winning over the LSU fans already.
Man, you know, I like LSU because, you know, they brought out good competition. They had great players on that side. They had a player that, you know, even after we won the game, I still had respect. I was like, man, Jaden Daniels, he is different. He's the he's different, you know, in a good way. And, you know, I have respect for the whole O-line. I always said that, you know, they're one of the best offensive lines that I faced this season. And, you know, they got good things going over there. You know, and they bring it each and every game. especially when they play us.
I love this. This comes from Nick Saban. Quote, "It's hard to think that there's many guys out there that have more for their team. I probably have more sentiment for him because of what he's gone through than anybody else we've ever had on our team." That is incredible, Justin. Look, man, best of luck this week. Kick ass. Obviously, I mean, your mind is right, physical's right, and enjoy this week, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Alabama's finest, all SEC. All right, more OTB coming up next. Keep it locked.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to K2Z window coverings. You need window coverings? Oh, wow. K2ZBlinds.com. KTOZBlinds.com. Check out K2Z. If you're trying to, maybe it's a starter home, maybe it's like a really, your dream home. Either way, you want to maximize, you want to bring it to the next level. Well, look, we can kind of accommodate whatever you're looking for, right? From maybe the bigger, more pricier jobs, or something a bit more affordable, yet still, functionally and aesthetically bringing your home to the place that you want it to be. So whether it's like an outdoor living space, maybe like a man cave, a baby room, your master bedroom, whatever the case may be, you want to take advantage of Brandon Barton's years of experience. Go to K2ZBlinds.com, KTOZBlinds.com.
Yeah, go to their website today, and you'll see exactly what T-Bob is talking about. First-class service all the way. I've gotten it in my home. You can as well. Interior, exterior, they literally do it all. K2ZBlinds.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Happy New Year from your friends at Front to Back Boat Service. And what better way to kick off your new year than by taking your boat to the next level? Get the boat of your dreams, and that's where Front to Back comes into play. You want that spot lock trolling motor that's going to keep you right there on the water where you need to be. How about some forward-facing sonar that actually shows you the fish before you even cast? Custom stereo jobs, all of it. Sherman family's been doing it for 38 years. Go to fronttobackboatservice.com.
Join MMR and ignite your career today. MMR is the largest electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, and they're seeking talented individuals to join their team. For over 3 decades, they've been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge, and they have offices all around the globe.
And MMR offers a tailored path for both professional and personal development, outstanding benefits, and a dynamic culture. So whether you're an intern, a seasoned pro, or you're just starting out, see what MMR can offer you. Apply at mmrgrp.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated.
Live from the 2024 Reese's Senior Bowl, Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Into OTB live here in Mobile, Alabama, continuing our coverage of the Reese's Senior Bowl. Again, no practice today. Today is the meat market day. And if you don't know what we're talking about by that, it is the day in which all of these players will go into a very large room, and they will be in probably just a girdle, and they will be graded off their frame. And it is it's a humbling experience, T-Bob. I don't know if you ever had the chance to do anything like that, but I'll tell you, as I was going in the year that I was here, okay, so everybody goes up on the stage and they're in their girdle. And,
yeah.
Okay, great, cool. And, they ooh and ah, or maybe they spit, or I don't know, depending on how impressive you are. I don't know what they do. But, well, I wasn't a girdle wearer. I was actually a jockstrap wearer. Okay.
Damn.
So.
Old school.
Yeah, old school, yes. CD is as well. That's one of the things we share in common. And so, I had a couple of choices. Do I go up there and just the jockstrap? That would be a move. Probably not the best move to start your NFL career. Or do I roll my shorts up? And I was telling you last night, so I had to tight tuck my shorts into, the strap of the jock.
So I don't understand, though. Why not just wear a girdle?
Well, one, girdles weren't as worn then, a little bit, but not now. They've come a long way.
Or some briefs. We didn't have just some Lulu boxer briefs.
So
I guess not at the time.
The way that we did it, no, there's no Lulu. I mean, it was straight Hanes boxers.
Yeah.
So the way that we did it, we were dressed for practice, kind of.
Okay.
Hey, put on what underneath you're going to wear to practice. And so, okay, well, I'm going to wear a jockstrap. And so that's what I did.
I mean, you got a pretty juicy booty, dude. You should have gone jockstrap for sure.
I mean, I don't know. I felt if I would have gone that way, it's either hell yeah.
And
already been this guy already.
And it's got a cup built in too, right? Yeah. So you don't got to be worried about any nerve shrinkage, shrinkage.
That wasn't the worry. It was just going bare ass up there in front of the entire NFL that kind of was the deciding factor there. But no, I didn't. I wasn't really prepared because I didn't know we were going to go out there. The meat market.
Drink it in, scouts. This is what you get. You get all of me. Okay. I'm going to give you everything that I have on this field.
T-Bob, so they do your height, they do your weight, they do your arms, your wingspan or whatever, and you're just sitting there. It's just you and this one scout from a random team that is measuring you in this auditorium full of people. And the measurement, they're saying it out loud. I mean, so can you imagine T-Bob Hebert, Louisiana State University, hand size, 9 inches. And can you imagine what you would feel in that moment?
Well, I mean, look, I think 9 inches is fine. I actually remember a bit during pro day, not as many people, not nearly as many people, but that is how they announce it during pro day with your hand size. And when I got 9, when I tell you there was genuine relief there, because I didn't know what was going to happen. Then I realized, oh, no, okay, that's what everybody's been scoring. Okay, no, I'm good. So, no, I'd been fine with that. Probably a little more self-conscious about standing there just, shirtless in front of all of these dudes who are and just people who are going to be, knowing that those images are going to spread throughout the internet. I mean, I always think back of the Tom Brady picture, obviously, as maybe being the most famous of those games. And he has old he has old boxers on. He's got the sort of loose looking boxers.
Yes.
But
that's all it was the 90s. There wasn't, you didn't have Under Armour wasn't even a company then. Right? So you didn't have that. Remember whenever all that came out, the compression stuff, for a decade, even if it wasn't Under Armour, we called it Under Armour. The compression shirt became Under Armour. That was the name of what we called it, even though that was the brand.
Ooh, dude, this is crazy. That this was a good day of interviews in terms of the quality of player that we got. I mean, first off, the quality player at the Senior Bowl too seems to be especially high. I'm not used to having the Bednarik Award winner, the Lombardi winner, somebody like Michael Penix Jr. I'm not used to having that caliber of player here, and then already getting some down here.
So
on this Monday was pretty awesome.
I know we were welcoming on another guest, and so we didn't really have a chance to. But Latu is like, he doesn't have to be here. Like, I was trying to, like, I know you were off, and we were trying to figure out who was coming on next. But
we got to go. I mean, we got to go full true circle on the Latu
No,
thing.
no.
We do.
Okay.
I think we do. No,
right.
so if I sounded awkward at the beginning of that interview, it's because. Look, we got to be honest, right? We don't know what any of these guys look like, or at least I don't, Jake. Like, maybe you do. But think about it. We played this game with LSU's roster before. You don't know what college players look like. They have their helmets on all the time. If it's a quarterback, yes. Maybe like a Harold Perkins and stuff. But, like, it's you really don't actually know.
Well, yeah, certainly if, like, the teams that you don't cover every single day.
Yeah, well, especially that. Exactly, right? That's my point. I don't even know LSU players, right? So I see Latu, and my brain immediately, he's a big ass dude. My brain immediately goes to Cameron Latu. And then I talked to Rivers about it, and somebody got confused in the wirings there, and I guess I could just turn you up.
I mean, this I think is my fault. I was talking to Molly, who is the communication person here, and she just sort of mumbled. I heard a mumbled name, and then I heard Latu.
Yeah.
And then you were like, Cameron Latu. I was like, yeah, that's who I heard. So I just put those two together, and then sure enough, here we go. But you know what? I think that speaks to your level of just.
I was freaked out. So if it sounded awkward at the beginning, when I was stumbling and I introduced him as Cameron, it's because I thought it was Cameron Latu, right? Tight end for Alabama. And right before we came on, I made a joke about, like, oh, we're LSU guys, so F you. And he was like, oh.
See, but I thought it – so, okay.
No, but it worked.
But when you said that, I said, oh, because UCLA beat the hell out of LSU. That's what I thought.
No, dude.
I didn't think it sounded weird either.
Well, and then he said, well, it didn't sound weird because it kind of makes sense. But then he was like, oh, I wasn't there for that. And I was like, huh, oh, okay. And then so whenever I'm getting ready for the interview, and then I look. I'm so happy I didn't ask him a tight end question because then I started Googling Cameron Latu.
Oh, that.
I know. And I started Googling Cameron Latu.
So you're going to run some routes this week?
And it's like Cameron Latu's in the NFL already. Yeah. He was a member of the practice squad last year for the Broncos or something. And I'm like freaking panicking. And that's when I'm like, what are you like most looking forward to this week? And then so I'm like, Google, okay, Senior Bowl, Latu, roster. And I'm like, oh my God, this is Laiatu Latu from UCLA. Yes, this is like one of the best defenders in the entire country with an incredible comeback story. Like he said, medically retired. So
that is crazy.
Sheesh, dude.
I thought you handled it really well.
Yeah,
and I think it was more in your head. I think that the thing that's making you most uncomfortable right now is the idea if you had not figured out who it is.
Boy, I was sweating.
I looked over to your computer and I saw that you figured it out, and I was relieved because I was like, how do I tell T-Bob? Because no offense, he's not going to look at his text. He never does. So he's not going to look at it certainly now in the middle of this interview.
Well, and you said you texted us an Eboigbe, and
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Okay. I thought. Okay.
Well, because I didn't know he was coming on. Molly just basically was like, "Here he is," and that happens sometimes. Like sometimes you guys are on air, and they only have a certain block of time that they can do interviews. So sometimes you just gotta like throw them in there.
Yeah. I said Eboigbe.
I didn't
hear that.
But that I purposely that's it.
It was a quick.
That's a go-to move that I pull. Like if your name's like I don't know if it's like Brennan or like Brendan, right? Like I don't know, it's like hey Brent, hey Brent, what's up?
But I could also see you doing the thing where you said, "What are you looking forward to most this week?" I saw you ask that, and then I saw you vigorously typing.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Trying to figure out exactly what's going on.
So you handled it. It's fine. But listen, Latu is like Mel Kiper has him as the 14th ranked overall player in this draft. He is the second edge rusher in this draft. I love the fact that he's here because he doesn't have to be here. And he is 6'5", 265, and comes off the edge with bad intentions. I'm excited to watch him. Just talking to him off on the side, like he was fired up. Like he's like, hey, do you have some information for me? So he's trying to soak up like everything he possibly can. Like him betting on himself and coming to a game like this, he can go from 14 through 17 to maybe 7 to 10. Like,
Yeah.
you can
Go
really
dominate
improve
these
your stock.
tackles.
And like you read a scouting report that is like, yeah, he's going to dominate. That will go a long way. So look, the difference between 7 and 14 in money is millions of dollars.
All right. Well, let's do this. Let's go to break, and when we get back, I mean, we still got to get into weekend winners. We still got to touch on the LSU recruiting weekend that was. Maybe some more Super Bowl thoughts. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. It's a painless process when you deal with Central Plumbing. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Jay Payne is the big man in charge, right? And I think that's funny. But whatever, you don't care about that. What you do care about is the 24/7 emergency service. What you do care about is the flat rate pricing, so there's no surprise or hidden fees tacked on out of nowhere at the end. What you do care about are the great warranty, the fact that everybody's licensed, bonded, insured, the fact that they've been at this for 50 years. So commercial, residential, it doesn't matter. They got you, okay? centralplumbing.org, 925-8552.
Go to the website today to find all the information about how you can upgrade your home or your business, right? If you've got just a main bathroom at your house that you want to upgrade, a guest bathroom, whatever it might be, certainly they can handle that, but no job is going to be too big. So if you own a business, you have multiple restrooms in that business, they can come in and they can help you there. Go tankless today as well with a tankless water heater, and you find all that information on their website, centralplumbing.org.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
It was a humid day. Barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
His name was King. He had a horse along the countryside. I saw him ride. One day they found him.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $20,000 off new 23 Ram 1500 Black Widow trucks, $20,000 off new Ram 1500 trucks, and all new Bayou Automotive vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. but it's not just for your home and auto.
Live from the 2024 Reese's Senior Bowl, Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's going on, yo? Welcome back. OTB wrapping up our number 2 of Off the Bench. We got weekend winners coming up next. T-Bob, Jake, and Rivers here on site in Mobile. We're at the Senior Bowl. Shout out the MMR Group. MMRGRP.com, largest industrial contractor in the entire nation, for sending us out here. Jake, a few things that we could get into today. Let's do a little LSU here, because over the weekend they hosted something called the Cajun Bash. Again, from, to quibble, from a pure naming convention, Cajun Bash is a little whatever. It's the name's kind of whatever. But the event was not whatever, as they hosted more than 20 of the program's top targets in that 2025 class. And, of course, the 25 class is the one that's currently number 1 in the country. It has 3 5-stars, the number 1 running back in the nation, number 1 quarterback in the nation, number 1 wide receiver in the nation. It's got 4 of the top 20 prospects on the On3 rankings. 8 of the 9 commits are all top 250. And, if you look at some of the quotes coming out of the players that went over the weekend, it seemed like it was a resounding success. How about this? So 2025 4-star Keelan Moses, Dylan Moses' little brother, how funny times can change, saying, quote, "It was a great day on the job." And why he said that is because, he's talking about recruiting for LSU at a time, because he's already committed. He's in the boat. Now he's trying to get others to come. Dylan Moses, after years of being committed, goes to Alabama, and now Keelan healing the wounds of the past. He would go on to say, and as y'all can see, I tell no lies. And what is referencing there? The big news of the weekend, 2025 4-star cornerback out of Westgate, Jabari Antoine, commits to stay home here in Louisiana. He's the number 2 player in Louisiana, according to On3 rankings. Saying, quote, "I wanted to stay home and bring DBU back. I know I'll be developed for the next level, and I know LSU will provide that for me. It's a great atmosphere. There's nothing like it, nothing like the culture there at LSU. There's nothing like being home in Louisiana."
Shea has it broken down on Twitter, like number 1 recruiting class in America, a commitment from the number 3 cornerback in the country, and 6 of the top 8 Louisiana prospects are already committed to you.
Damn.
For the 2025 class.
The path is hitting.
Like, when you have, Moses is like, hey, I'm going to be the leader of this recruiting class, right? And when you have that situation, it helps. Like, when somebody takes those reins and they're the leader of a recruiting class. And oftentimes, it's got to be somebody that is a dude. Because, if back in the day, if the 795th country was trying to be the leader of the recruiting class, that probably doesn't go as far. But when you're a guy, it's certainly a name that is familiar to a lot of people as well. Like, if you're on the edge and you're on the fence, and maybe it's one school here, one school there. Certainly, if you're from Louisiana, look, you got somebody that's like, no, look, we've got him already committed. Like, just be a part of this.
Well, and one thing in On3 is a great breakdown with quotes from all of the big players, like Lutcher Ed rushing Rashard Sterling. They got who's the big old lineman that they're about to get? Devin Harper. He's a 4-star lineman, top 5 player in Louisiana, Calvary Baptist. 3-1 great.
Let's go.
Also, On3 did upgrade their, I don't know if they call them crystal balls or whatever, but they think he's the next to potentially commit. But what struck me, Jake, is if you look at the quotes out of the defensive players, guys are going out of their way to talk about the staff.
Yeah.
And what an impressive staff it was. And I just do, that was the big knock against the Matt House regime, was that there was a failure to connect with recruits. And they were not able to get them excited. It seems like here the early returns on, and it makes sense. We know Corey Raymond is a beast in that regard, obviously, right? But it seems like they're loving Blake Baker. We know Bo Davis's reputation precedes him as well. But, it feels like from me reading about this weekend, one of my biggest wins would be how these young cats are talking about the new defensive staff. They are excited about. I mean, look at this from Richard Sherman, from Lutcher. Overall, they have phenomenal coach staff, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, I mean,
which like what?
Completely different than what you were dealing with. And do you wish it happened sooner? Yeah, like sure, like but Matt House had a resume, and last year it wasn't awful. In fact, like the adjustments were great, but like this year it was on and off the field. And that's where it becomes a real issue, okay? If you're not doing it in recruiting and you're not getting it done on the field, like changes have to be made. And so they made those changes, wholesale changes, and the people that they brought in, sure, what they can do on the field, you should be very excited about it. But off the field is right there with it. Everybody that they brought in has a strong Louisiana tie, not just a little bit, like played college football here, like Blake Baker did, at Tulane. Then he coached Louisiana Tech. He's been at LSU. Bo Davis, the LSU player, coached at LSU. Like, we know all the ties. And certainly Corey Raymond played at LSU, been at LSU forever. Like, everybody that you brought in, T, has such strong ties to Louisiana. They know exactly what it means to recruit Louisiana, and it is a place that if you do it right, if you specialize in keeping those players in state and they don't go to Alabama, and also let's call it like it is, like let's don't hide from this. Coach Saban not being at Alabama with the Louisiana ties that he built at his time as LSU head coach, like that goes away.
Yeah.
Like, no offense to Kalen DeBoer, you're not going to get the same access to Louisiana that Nick Saban did.
No.
It just ain't going to happen. Like, Nick built that through being a coach here that won a national championship. So that goes away as well. So right now is a crucial time for LSU recruiting to be able to go in there and get 6 of the top 8 guys all ready for this next class. Not the one coming up in February, but the one coming up in 2025. So, like, all those things are working in LSU's favor, and it's good to see them on the recruiting trail sending that message, and that message is hitting. Hey, that ain't us. What you saw on the field last year, we weren't even there, and we're embarrassed as much as you, like anybody was, right? So I think they're doing all the right things that you have to do. This defense this year will be interesting because of some of the deficiencies there, but we'll see. But recruiting and moving forward, you feel really good about it.
Cajun Bash was a big old smash. Dang it. Wrong button. Okay, hour 3 next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
That's what I was looking for. What are you going to do? Sorry, guys. Look, I do want to remind you here while we are here in Mobile, Alabama, go to Rejuve Me Medical, Restore Me, Rejuve Me. If you want to fight the effects of untreated aging, whether it's like mood and memory problems, facial aging, andropause, menopause, like you're gaining weight, your workouts aren't seeing the same returns. This is all, you can fight this, right? And at Rejuve Me, you get a free consultation. They draw your labs, and they put together a customized plan for you based on what your body is telling them that it needs. So head over to RejuveMeMedical.com. Now in Baton Rouge, Metairie, Slidell, and Shreveport, RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, Rejuve me.
You get the consultation set up right there on the website, RejuveMeMedical.com, RejuveMeMedical.com.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Elevate brand visibility, ignite customer engagement with the power of radio and digital advertising combined. Guarantee Digital Media brings the two together as a trusted media partner in Louisiana for nearly a century. Claim your free digital audit at guaranteemedia.com.
Join MMR and ignite your career today. MMR is the largest electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, and they're seeking talented individuals to join their team. For over 3 decades, they've been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge, and they have offices all around the globe.
And MMR offers a tailored path for both professional and personal development, outstanding benefits, and a dynamic culture. So whether you're an intern, a seasoned pro, or you're just starting out, see what MMR can offer you. Apply at mmrgrp.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast office products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Happy New Year from your friends at Front to Back Boat Service. And what better way to kick off your new year than by taking your boat to the next level? Get the boat of your dreams, and that's where Front to Back comes into play. You want that spot lock trolling motor that's going to keep you right there on the water where you need to be. How about some forward-facing sonar that actually shows you the fish before you even cast? Custom stereo jobs, all of it. Sherman family's been doing it for 38 years. Go to fronttobackboatservice.com.
Join MMR and ignite your career today. MMR is the largest electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, and they're seeking talented individuals to join their team. For over 3 decades, they've been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge, and they have offices all around the globe.
And MMR offers a tailored path for both professional and personal development, outstanding benefits, and a dynamic culture. So whether you're an intern, a seasoned pro, or you're just starting out, see what MMR can offer you. Apply at mmrgrp.com.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Monday, January 29th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect sunny skies with a high of 62. In hour 3 of today's show, we will have weekend winners at 9 a.m., and then we'll talk with Devin Snow, Hold the Mayo at 9:15. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch them on the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN, or watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB, Hour 3, flying along. Hope you enjoyed today's show. We are live at the Senior Bowl this week. Will be a mixture of kind of local coverage, what's going on here, hear from some of your favorite athletes. Great availability already this morning. Getting to talk to Payton Wilson, Laiatu Latu, Michael Penix Jr., Justin Eboigbe. If you missed any of that, you can check it out just by rewinding your youtube.com/1045ESPN. As always, guys, hit the like button, sub to the channel, sub to OTB LSU, OTB Saints if you're into that sort of thing. And right now, it's time to dive in to some weekend winners.
That's how winning is done.
That's right. We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've got too far.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do.
What's that?
Win the whole thing.
Weekend winners. I'll kick it off with this, Jake. The NFL. The NFL are weekend winners. They got what they wanted, Chiefs, Niners, Patrick Swift, the Kelsey family at this point, right? It's not just about getting it's not. Did I say Patrick Swift? It's not just. I did. Well, I mean, yeah, you get it, actually. That makes the point better than I could have. That was a Freudian slip that makes sense. But having Jason Kelsey there at all the games. Now, another great moment from the Kelsey brothers last night, hugging and him telling him to go win that thing. What did Chiefs Bill do? 50 million viewers? I'll be interested to see what the viewership on yesterday was. But this Super Bowl is about to smash, even by Super Bowl standards.
This is the matchup. This is the matchup. This is the stars and the stars. And this is like two teams and two franchises that, obviously the NFL would want in that situation. I bet those numbers were crazy for yesterday's game. But you're right. The Super Bowl is going.
You think it beats the 50 mil of the Bills game?
Yesterday?
Yeah.
You think yesterday? I don't know, man. San Francisco and Detroit, the way that was back and forth, it just depends on, if people left the game, did they come back? I guess.
Yeah.
Chiefs Ravens might get close, but I don't know. San Francisco Detroit, because of the way it started, might not get there.
Oh no, I don't think that one's getting there. I think it has to have the Chiefs involved to touch that number. But whatever, we'll see. Congratulations, NFL. The script worked. You won.
Yeah, it did. Weekend winner, Joe Brady. Gets elevated. He is a quarterback's coach there in Buffalo. Gets elevated to offensive coordinator after Ken Dorsey gets fired. Ken Dorsey actually finds a new home as the OC of the Cleveland Browns. But Joe Brady gets the full-time offensive coordinator job.
Nice.
And so, obviously had a lot of shine leaving LSU in 2019. Goes to Carolina. Year one was so good that he was getting head coaching interviews. And then it goes south, and Matt Rule makes a change. He fires him and had to fight his way back, but now he's back in the position where he started, and still now you get back and your career is back in that, upward trajectory where maybe he can one day be that head coach.
Alondra, Taylor, do y'all want to hop in? Do y'all have any winners here? I know it's a little awkward since y'all are back in the studio in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, I'll go to the hardwood Friday night. The Dallas Mavericks took down the Atlanta Hawks 148-143. The reason is that Luka Doncic had 73 points. He shot 75% from the field, 61% from three, and 15 of 16 from the free throw line. That is the fourth highest single game total in NBA history.
Oh, is it my turn?
All right.
Am I going to go?
Good, dude. Alondra, you got anything?
Yeah, so I know that the Lions lost, but really Detroit is a weekend winner because the Pistons finally get a win after a 6-40 season, 120-104 over the Oklahoma City Thunder. After a 6 season, 120-104 over the Oklahoma City Thunder.
I saw a very funny and against the Thunder of all teams, right? But I saw a very funny joke about we've talked about the monkey's paw on this show, right? What it means, where basically you wish for something, the monkey's paw curls, and you get your wish, but in a twisted way. And somebody's like, "Yeah, I just wish that Detroit wins this weekend." Okay, you got your win. You got your win, Detroit. It just was not the one that you were hoping for. My next weekend winner list, dude, I'll go Christian McCaffrey. Jake, we were talking about this on the ride over here. But my God, is anybody happier than Christian McCaffrey to be freed from the hellscape that was Carolina? I mean, here he was injured, he was used goods, he was done for. They want to get rid of him. He's too expensive, to this, to that. And what he really is too damn good. Because now he has just carried a San Francisco 49ers team to the Super Bowl, major second-half comebacks, which they never do. They'd have done two games in a row, and I want to say he's up to 26 touchdowns on the year or something, maybe 27. And he went to Stanford. So, he's back where he went to college in that same area of the country, dominating, making all the money. His wife's, a former Miss Universe or something at this point? CMC has it all. Weekend winner.
Yeah, I mean,
chill out, Taylor. I can feel you from here. Relax, okay? Come on. Getting a little too excited there, buddy.
He's super excited.
He is a week. He was in Carolina, and it almost felt like
He's super excited.
Yeah, not that he was done, not by any means or washed or anything.
They thought he was.
But there's some people that lost some faith in him. Imagine what he would get on the open trading block now compared to what Carolina got for him. Because Carolina was just not using him, and we're seeing how dysfunctional that franchise is. But like they weren't using him like he should have been used, and now like he's one of the most, if not the most important non-quarterback in the league.
All right, what you got? Anything else from behind the glass there?
I'll go real quick. Travis Kelce,
okay,
weekend winner, another monster game. He turned it on in the playoffs. I mean, in the regular season, it was like he hadn't had a touchdown since week 11. Is he done? In the playoffs, he has been one of the best players in the playoffs, regardless of position. He just passes Jerry Rice for the most catches in postseason history.
What?
He now is like gone 5 past Jerry Rice. So Travis Kelce has been so key for these Chiefs team, like down the stretch, and they're trying to find options at the back end of the season, and he has been the main option. And look, love it or hate it, no matter where you fall and who the camera shows after he scores a touchdown, he is playing some of his best football in a long time, and he is thriving right now.
It's just crazy to be, because like it's not like Jerry Rice had as much postseason opportunity as Kelce, right? Like it's not like Kelce has had more, right?
I
mean,
oftentimes the Chiefs get the bye.
Well, and what
Just
I'm
like
saying is
San
like, yeah,
Francisco,
like, and say he played with Montana and Young. Like he was there every year. He won a bunch of Super Bowls. So for Travis Kelce to now have that record is just mind blowing, quite frankly.
Jerry Rice played
Jerry
for a
Rice's
long
son
time.
is here.
Yeah, I know. We saw him earlier.
Brendan Rice.
Shout out Brendan. I was going to ask him about that. Because I'm sure nobody else does, right? Hey, Brendan, I get it, okay? On a smaller scale, just deal with it.
Oh yeah, y'all can bond over that.
Yeah, no, I mean I love it. I know.
A bunch of Nepo babies over here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know your dad? Yeah, I do actually. That's like a great New Orleans way that people, yeah, you know your dad? Oh yeah.
That is so true. Now that you say that,
I've been knowing him since I was born.
Oh my gosh! Like I've been with you.
Yeah.
You know your dad? Yeah, I know Bobby. Yeah, I know him well.
He's pretty cool. He's got a fake tooth right now, which is a little disconcerting.
does he? Oh,
Missing
man.
tooth. Well, he's got to get it all of his front teeth are fake. They got knocked out in football, but one fell back out, and he's got like a little retainer thing, and you can't really tell. But if you want to see food, he can't have that in. So every time he comes over, the tooth isn't in. Oof. And when I tell you there is nothing that changes in a person's appearance more than missing a tooth, it's that and shaved eyebrows.
That's true.
Yes.
You take somebody's
Barry, yeah.
You take somebody's eyebrows off and they just look completely different. Just like, oh wow, what's going on there? Same thing with the tooth though.
Are you allowed to give weekend losers? I mean,
Yeah,
I know that
absolutely.
BYU, weekend loser.
Why?
So they played.
Oh, yeah.
They played Texas. The front row, I guess, of the student section had on T-shirts, painted T-shirts, horns down.
Yep.
And then I think after maybe like a quarter of the game, or not even remember how far into the game they got, maybe a half. They panned the camera back to them. They did not have the shirts on anymore.
Yeah.
And so Texas is saying, hey, look, we didn't do anything here. BYU made the decision to ask them to take the shirts off. But also, Texas, if you weren't always crying about it so much, no one would even think about it. But like weekend loser BYU for doing that. And their coach, Mark Pope, came out and was just like, that's just not who we are. We're better than that. No, we're not. No one is. I'm not BYU, but no one is better than that.
I mean, that's very BYU, though, right? They are a little holier than that. I mean, they try to stop their kids from having sex.
Well,
like, what are we talking about?
The deal is this.
The basketball player got suspended.
Yeah, he got suspended
for
for having consensual sex with another adult. Which,
Here's the deal.
Everybody live by your own kid code. That's all well. That's all well
fine.
good,
but you know what? Whatever, BYU. Be yourself. Be you. But my deal is this. Like, I have seen my 3- and 4-year-old get booed at a football game.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Texas is going to need to buckle up as they head into the SEC.
No, I mean, I agree with that.
Like, what are we doing here?
And I would hope that the SEC offices wouldn't follow suit like the Big 12 and make horns down a penalty.
I can't imagine they do.
I don't think
That'd
they would
be
either.
surprising.
If they're going to let Mississippi State have cowbells, you're going to need to let us to do horns down. Like, it's not offensive. It's not derogatory. It is.
Look, it's just this. Like that's this. Like that. No, that's stupid. Get over it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's BYU, so they're all about keeping the horny down.
Okay.
You got to just hit one button.
That was really spooky.
I was going to go. See, that's the combo I was looking for there.
You
I'm
went
going to get it down by the
instead.
end of the week.
Yeah.
Also, guys, you can't step on my punchline. because y'all both could very obviously tell I was getting into it as I leaned
But
over to hit the button.
if we could tell, you don't think the listeners could tell?
Nobody heard the joke because y'all both talked over the punchline, okay, guys? This is classic comedy here.
Okay.
All right.
Anyways, weekend winner for Colt Keith. And if you don't know who that is, I didn't either before here.
I know Colt Keith.
Say Colt. I know. Hey, fella. Okay, so he's the 22nd ranked prospect in the MLB pipeline. He has not even gotten to the big leagues yet, right? He wasn't a high draft choice. He's fifth round draft choice out of Biloxi High School. So, fifth round's good, but it's not certainly first, second round in baseball. And he has done so well, apparently, in the minors. He just signed a 6-year contract for $28 million.
What?
The deal also includes 3 team options that can make it worth $64 million over 9 seasons. And this man has not even put his feet in the batter's box in the MLB yet. And he's got $28.6 million guaranteed.
Oh, wow. I'm looking at stats on your computer screen.
Oh, wow.
So AA, he hit 325 with 14 home runs and 50 ribbies. Then they move up to AAA, and he goes 287 with 13 home runs and 51 ribbies. Damn. All right, Cole. Shut up, bro.
Yeah, bro. He got $2 million just for signing his name. Again, that's not big
That
money
doesn't
if you're
happen in
if
baseball,
you're
though, right?
no, because you have to wait.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
what I'm saying.
And then there's the arbitration and when your clock starts and all that. Once you get to your money in baseball, it's incredible. But it takes a long time to get to your money. Not for old Colt Keith, Bo.
All right, when we get back here on OTB, let's go ahead and talk to our guy, Deb Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mayo, as we're going to talk to Deb about some spread lines.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Since 1982, Coleman Roofing and Construction has been Louisiana's most reliable and respected roofing company. And it's interesting, man. I would also call them the most complete company. And the reason being is that they do it all. And I mean that in a few different ways, right? I mean in terms of any size commercial project, they got you. Any size residential project, they got you. If it's terracotta, New Orleans shingles, whatever, they have certified installers for every single brand. And most importantly, it's roofing and construction, okay? They do your interior as well. So I know it's been raining a ton lately, right? It feels like it's like a monsoon season. If you have a leak, okay, and it's gotten into, you have water damage inside your home, you get in touch with Coleman Roofing and Construction, and they not only repair the roof, but they repair any water damage. So whether it's insulation, drywall, paint, they handle it all, okay? And this is anywhere in Louisiana, even across the Gulf South. There are guys. Make them your guys. Go to Coleman Roofing and Construction. Integrity, quality, innovation. Coleman Roofing and Construction.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today.
Live from the 2024 Reese's Senior Bowl, Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob, Jake, Rivers here on site in Mobile, Alabama. We are at the Senior Bowl. Of course, shout out to the MMR group for sending us here. If you want to apply for a job, whether you're a student, somebody new to the workforce, or seasoned pro, MMR is for you, mmrgrp.com. Right now, it's Monday. You already know what that means. It's time for some spread lines. Dem Snow, what's up, bro? How we doing today?
Doing good, man. A lot of stuff happened over the weekend. Obviously, the playoffs, but, you had a lot of tweeting from Saints. I saw Blake Groupie at the Pelicans game. He had the best seats in the house, better than Cam Jordan, better than Teron Armstead, better than Currency. You had the King Cake debacle on ESPN for the South Carolina LSU ladies game.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, King Cake Baby is on the rise, maybe better than ever. The Pels play the Celtics tonight. They fully healthy. So, let's see what we got.
All right, so let's start with the King Cake debacle on ESPN because we touched on it a little bit the other day, and to me it just kind of what were your thoughts on it? At first, seeing still images, I was like, what? They're just eating the cake, but then I saw the video and they're just kind of shredding it like pulled pork.
Well, yeah, exactly. For me, it's my girl on the far left. She's with the fork.
Yeah.
Fork lady.
Yeah.
Stabbing at it. I understand that we're trying to find the baby, but you don't have to stab at the cake like it's got a hit out on it. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that was a little vicious. But that's what you get, bro. What do you expect on ESPN? They tore that cake apart. It was the worst I've ever seen a king. I felt bad for king cakes. I really did, man. That was a tough look.
And I don't know, how did y'all grow up with, whoever finds the baby? I know some people it's a lot, for us, it was you had to buy the next year's king cake. That was part of it too, right?
Right. Yeah, no, nobody even says that no more really, right?
Hey, What about this, Dev? You mentioned players' tweets over the weekends, and are you referencing the Michael Thomas tweets from Sunday?
Absolutely. No doubt. I mean,
yeah, so for those that don't know, Michael Thomas on Sunday tweeting, you see what they said about Mahomes, how Mahomes used his eyes there? Crying emoji, exactly. Then in a response to a guy, he says, talking about the Saints, on top of that, they wasn't even trying to give me the ball, but it's no denying my style of play. It don't age, play it. You will see. And going on to say, well, if I didn't get set up by a bad ball, I probably would have had a light little 1,000 yards this year, but coulda, shoulda, I know I got to get it, LOL.
Yeah, it sounds to me like some dude wants to play for the Chiefs, which, hey, bro, look, Pat Mahomes or Derek Carr, it's like picking a steak or picking some beans and weenies. You know what I'm saying? So I don't blame him from that standpoint. It is kind of wild that Mike just gets on Twitter like that and just goes. Dude, wastes no time and really touches on all subjects that fans may have thought before, or and really gives you clarity in it. So it's a double-edged sword. Some people don't like it, but Mike Thomas has always been this way on that app. For me, it's always like. For me, it's always like, bro, he kind of says what we were thinking like during the season, and then he brings it to life. And it's 2024. Like, this is what players do, kind of. They get on Twitter and start talking.
But, Dev, Dennis Allen told me how great Derek Carr played that one time where he threw for over 200 yards. And he told me that everything was great. So I don't know why Mike Thomas would be upset with his play, or maybe a throw, or maybe where his eyes were on some of the plays. He said it like, Falcons just made a really good play on that. It wasn't him at all.
Shoot, man, yeah. If Dennis Allen's saying it and Derek Carr, why would you not believe him, right? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the problem, dude. Like, they just don't they don't care about these guys, man. It's a shame, bro. And you know what one of my favorite tweets was that he put out? Hey, why do you think that we haven't gotten an offensive coordinator yet? Because nobody wants to work with this dude, Dennis Allen. You apologize to the Falcons, bro. Like, who wants to really get behind that? Wake up in the morning, man. We're gonna go to war with this guy.
Yeah. You know what, guys? I'm an idiot because I've kind of made peace with the fact that it's gonna be DA and Carr next year. And now I'm kind of like, well, you got to go all in on it, right? Like, so this is where it's going to be weird, Dev, is to me the only pathway to Saints success. Like, Jake, what's the old saying? It's better to have 11 guys doing the wrong thing than 10 guys doing the right thing and one doing the wrong, correct?
Yeah.
Right? So the idea behind that is everybody needs to be rowing in the same direction. And so I agree that sticking with this current setup is flawed and will probably end up bad.
Not work out.
But the only way for it to work out is to go all in on it. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're set up for a very – well, this is just going to be a very frictional offseason where you're going to see a ton of decisions made with the idea of going all in on that to try to make it work, and it's going to cause drama-filled news cycle after drama-filled news cycle.
I feel like I've seen this movie before, right? Yeah. And then here's the thing, dude. Like, the Mike Thomas, coming out, tweeting, all this stuff, but that don't even mean that he's not going to be a Saint, because we've seen this before, too, where Mike is tweeting in the offseason. Next thing you know, they go sit down, and Mike's good.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is, dude, y'all at the Senior Bowl right now. And the Saints ain't got an offensive coordinator. How do you even do that? I don't even understand that. How do you pitch to players, hey, man, this is what we got going on. Oh, by the way, we ain't got an offensive coordinator, and that was one of our biggest problems last year. But, hey, man, come to the Saints, or we're interested in you. Dude, it just don't – I don't know, man. Why are we taking so long to hire an offensive coordinator? The position that we really that struggled the entire season.
It's weird, man, because, I think they would argue that they're taking their time and being shrewd, but, there is also the kind of base idea that as more and more guys come off the board, right? You've already had, you got Shane Waldron going to Chicago. Zach Robinson just goes to Atlanta. Dan Pitcher decides to stay in Cincinnati. Gerard Johnson has not gone to Rio. You've actually interviewed him twice. So there is the other idea that, as take your time, but as more guys get picked up, are you losing, right? Like what was so attractive about these other guys that you didn't fall for them, whereas other teams did? So I don't know. But again, this is kind of to my previous point, Deb, where it's almost like anything they do is just going to annoy you because we just, a lot of us just don't believe in the baseline of Dennis Allen and Derek Carr as being the answer.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and also in the back of my head, I just wanted a high-energy guy at offensive coordinator, somebody that could really, bring a spark. Like, it really pissed me off that we didn't even, try to go after Kingsbury. Nothing, bro. I just can't wait to see. Are you going to hire this guy, Gerard Johnson from the Texans? I mean, I don't even know a lot about that dude. I know he was, the quarterback's coach for, a year. I mean, I don't know. So –
I kind of I don't mind that. I mean, you're going to have to give somebody, you're not going to get a great OC to come be your OC, right? So, you're going to have to give somebody their first opportunity to be an OC. And you saw what Johnson did with C.J. Stroud. I get behind that as kind of a young, exciting sort of hire.
It very easily could be Ronald Curry as well, who's already in-house.
Yeah.
That feels like that feels like a move the Saints would make.
That's true, and that can make sense
to bring in all these people and end up just giving it to Ronald Curry.
That's what I really feel like is going to happen, dude. And I feel like they're just going to release that probably in a week or something like that. And it's just one of them highs where it's oh, all right, okay, that works.
But I mean, I'm going to be in improvement mode with the OC anyway, right? I don't think there's a name out there that if you got him, I'd be oh yeah, dude, here we go. No, I mean, it's going to be that is one thing. Again, while I can recognize now that they've chosen this path, how you have to accomplish it is going to create, a lot of friction, I think. I'm no longer going to give them the benefit of the doubt, right? They're going to have to prove to me that this stuff is going to work. And that's what as the sunshine starts to creep in and I want to pump it, I'm going to have to fight all year long against that. And just remember, no, make them prove it to me before I crown them.
Saints plus 8,000 to win the Super Bowl next year.
I mean, that looks like good value, dude. I mean, I don't know, dude. What is that, $10 and 800?
If you hate money.
Let's go. I mean, what do you mean,
if you hate money.
But $10 could be $800, dude.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, the Bush League Bolts are probably 3,000 or something.
Jim Harbaugh said he was starstruck when he met Justin
Herbert.
Yeah, how about that, dude?
Yeah.
Starstruck.
Look, he might be nuttier than a payday, but he's a better option than Brandon Staley. Okay?
Nuttier than a payday. Yeah. No, look, Harbaugh's
payday's got their
it's all nuts.
Yeah,
sure. No, that's great.
Hey,
I'm normally used to squirrel turd.
I used that one for a long time, but I changed it to payday lately.
Hell yeah. All right, what you got, Deb?
Weekend winner, Teddy Bridgewater, because he's retiring. They had the picture last night of him and Dan Campbell side to side walking out the stadium. I just, name a better guy. Teddy Bridgewater, dude. Anywhere he went, people just loved him.
Yeah.
His stint with the Saints was legendary. When he came in for Breeze that year, dude, you want to talk about somebody that was hitting Mike Thomas. Teddy Bridgewater was hitting Mike Thomas. You know what I'm saying? Good times, good members.
Yeah, that 5-0 run that he went on, filling in for Breeze, dancing in the locker room. Winning that Rams game. Or is that the one they lost? No, that's when they lost because they called Cam Jordan's play dead when he should return for a touchdown. But either way, Teddy Bridgewater. It's crazy how much impact these kind of journeyman backup quarterbacks have had here on the city lately.
Yeah.
Between Teddy and Jameis.
Whoa.
The people's champs.
And who? You're forgetting one. The Red Rifle.
Andrew Dalton.
Oh, yeah, Andy Dalton.
How could I forget?
I don't disrespect him for what he did for.
He cost $4 million for what Carr did for $40. So how could you forget?
Relax.
If I ever see that guy, man, I'll shake his hand. Sure.
Depressingly true there. Dev,
what do you think Derek Carr's doing right now, bro? You think he's going to Mardi Gras? It ain't hot.
No, he ain't going to Mardi Gras. Hell no.
Do you think he lives in New Orleans in the off season?
He might have had plans to. He ain't anymore.
What about Dev? How
he's
we
Airbnb, brother.
No doubt.
How we feel about the Pels? It was a lot of hope going into Friday, but then for the third or fourth Friday in a row in a big game, the Skeletons just don't show up.
Well, yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but, I really just didn't wake up on Friday because I went to that game. And I didn't wake up on Friday thinking that I was going to see that Zion, it was questionable. That was the last thing you wanted to see. And I just knew right then and there that they were going to get the piss kicked out of them. So, but, anyway, hey, here we are on Monday. Because, I mean, this was on like a 3-game stretch that, man, you would have loved to see the Pelicans, like, win these games. They were big games, OKC. Then you go to the Bucks, and now you're in Boston for the Celtics. But, instead they lost them, and now here we are on Monday night. We get to play in Boston fully healthy. So let's see. Look, dude, I don't want the Pels to lose enough significant games to where they back in the play-in.
No. Yeah, you got to avoid the play-in. At this point, you're good enough. You should be able to.
Yeah, but I just worry, bro, because like the Zion foot thing, like that wasn't a rest. That was something happened to his foot, So, and I just, whenever that dude don't play, man, even though he ain't even been the best player on the court, just whenever he don't play, bro, like you really see it.
He's got a gravity to him. He makes everybody better around him. So, Dem Snow.
And OKC, bro, let me tell you about that basket. That dude Shy, I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, easily the best player on the court.
God, that Paul George trade looks crazy now.
Mm-hmm.
To give up that guy
Sam,
to Paul George and all those first-round picks.
Sam Presti is a genius.
Yeah, he is.
Like, I don't think there's a better team builder in any sport than Sam Presti. Wow. I hope for his sake one day he gets a ring to go along with it. Because his ability to make the Thunder continuously good no matter what is a sight to behold.
And brandable. Very brandable team, like to where the whole country likes them. So,
yeah. Deb Snow,
great.
Hold the mayo, htmsports.com/shop. Go get the RB&R Mardi Gras gear. I saw Larry Nance wearing the RB&R shirt to the game the other night. You love to see it. Of course, check out Dev's pod, YouTube channel, everything. Dev, thank you so much, man.
All right, y'all take care. Have a good one.
Thanks, Dev.
All right, when we get back, quickly, before we go.
I haven't heard that sound.
Yeah, how about that?
In a long time.
I did want to remind you about Patient Plus Urgent Care, patientplusuc.com. You will clearly see the difference when you're talking about Patient Plus. The facilities alone are one of the things that I remember the first time I went in, I was just like, what? Like, this is so comfortable. It's so nice. The rooms are massive. You go and I sign it. I create a profile on the iPad, and the next time I go in, all I do is just, like, tap on the screen twice, and I'm good to go. I mean, 15 minutes, you're in, you're out. I got an ear infection. I'm trying to get ready for the weekend. You're good. You're good, okay? So it doesn't matter if it's COVID, cold, flu, whatever, whatever, right? I burned my hand one time. Where do you go? Patient Plus. PatientPlusUrgentCare.com. Ask about the membership while you're in there. It's a great deal. You can do all one flat fee. You can pay per month. But if you go twice in a calendar year, you come out ahead and you get unlimited visits. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care, patientplusuc.com. More OTB coming up next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Join MMR and ignite your career today. MMR is the largest electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, and they're seeking talented individuals to join their team. For over 3 decades, they've been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge, and they have offices all around the globe.
And MMR offers a tailored path for both professional and personal development, outstanding benefits, and a dynamic culture. So whether you're an intern, a seasoned pro, or you're just starting out, see what MMR can offer you. Apply at mmrgrp.com.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Happy New Year from your friends at Front to Back Boat Service. And what better way to kick off your new year than by taking your boat to the next level? Get the boat of your dreams, and that's where Front to Back comes into play. You want that spot lock trolling motor that's going to keep you right there on the water where you need to be. How about some forward-facing sonar that actually shows you the fish before you even cast? Custom stereo jobs, all of it. Sherman family's been doing it for 38 years. Go to fronttobackboatservice.com.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
How are you finding out that you're doing more administration than actual law practice? Lexicon can help. Lexicon is a legal technology provider with over a decade of experience streamlining administrative tasks like timekeeping, billing, and more, so you can focus on maximizing billable hours and increasing client satisfaction. Call 855-4-LEXICON or visit lexiconservices.com/go to learn more.
Live from the 2024 Reese's Senior Bowl, Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. Rolling right along. The few things that we had so much planned for today's show, but then the player interviews kind of backed a bunch of it up, so I'm thinking about what I still want to get in here. Jay Johnson talked to the media, getting me all hot and bothered about some baseball coming up. And there's a quote that I loved where he basically said, "The only thing I can guarantee is adversity." And I love that as a way to frame your mind. It's actually kind of true for life, really, in any job, anything that you're doing. And it's like you got to decide. Basically what he's telling you there is, look, and especially with this LSU baseball team, y'all are all big-time prospects. Y'all are all major recruits. Y'all are all transfer portal stars. Like, you are all superstars, okay? But guess what? It's not going to be easy. It's not all going to go according to plan. And I need you to answer right now, do you have the stomach for the fight? That's what I think I hear when I see the only thing I can guarantee is adversity. And look at the guys we interviewed today, Jake. To a man. These are major award winners, top 20 picks in some cases. To a man, they all had major injuries. Payton Wilson, ACL. Michael Penix Jr., 2 ACLs. Laiatu Latu, a neck injury that told me he was done with football. Justin Eboigbe, a neck injury that kept him out of the second half of last year. I mean, to a man, they were all told, or, they faced that adversity head on, and they did have the stomach for the fight. So I think that's something that we can all carry forward with us going into anything that we're doing, really.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this baseball season, and it's going to be completely different than last year, which kind of makes it kind of cool. I mean,
yeah,
when you look at the staff's going to be maybe the strength this year, and the lineup's going to be the secondary part, where obviously last year, you have Paul Skeens, the best pitcher in the country, but behind that, there was some question marks. Now, Ty Floyd ended up being great, and then, you had some performances in Omaha like you have to have, like you stand up and you stand tall, but everybody that we talk to talks about this staff and like what they're going to be. And now you got to see, okay, who in the lineup can step up, because they're going to have guys step up.
Yeah.
I mean, you're missing a lot of juice from this lineup. Now, Tommy White being fully healthy, that helps, but who's going to protect him in the lineup? Like, can Hayden Travinsky do what he did a year ago? Like, his emergence at the kind of middle portion of the season was huge for that team.
Yeah, so I didn't realize this. Tommy White had off-season surgery. He missed fall ball. Didn't take an at-bat for 6 months.
Yeah.
But Jay Johnson quelled any fears yesterday, saying, look, firmly believes he is the best hitter in college baseball. They talk about Bear Jones being positioned to be the starting first baseman, taking over from Trey Morgan there. So he's been doing great off defensively. But, yeah, I just can't wait to fall in love with this team all over again and learn, who are going to be the new faces, the new guys that I'm going to just really be cheering for by years. And also, I did love this idea kind of paired with that idea that the only thing I can guarantee you is that there will be adversity, is the fact that Jay Johnson talked about this. Last year's success helps him sell that message, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can't. If you don't want to do what I'm telling you to do, or you don't think it sounds right, like, no, well, you have to trust me because, look, the proof is there. Like, I'm not – I like when Dan Campbell's talking to the Lions, he's having to get them to buy in just off a sheer force of will.
Right.
In those old clips, he's like, you got to believe me, guys. All I do is think about is you. Like Jay Johnson could say that, and I think that's true, right? I mean, we've seen it with how he grinds. But now he also has what Nick Saban had, where it's – and look at the results, okay? Yeah. And Campbell has that now too, right? Because Campbell can now sell, and look at this, NFC. But obviously a championship means more than anything. So it was great to see Coach Jay getting back out there. I think we're now 18 days away from opening day, so ecstatic.
Him staying complacent, though, is not something you have to worry about.
No.
He's almost like borderline to a fault.
He is Nick Saban. I mean, he's that. I mean, he's much more personal, but he's that exact same grind, bone, work ethic, discipline.
I'm trying to rack my brain who we talked to not that long ago about Jay and his work ethic and just how quickly he got back into it. But that's one of those things that if you're an LSU fan, you have to know he is the Coach Saban. Why are you celebrating a championship 3 days after the championship? That happened so long ago. It's it was 3 days ago, Coach. No, that was forever ago. And he has that kind of look, he doesn't have children. Baseball is his child.
Yeah.
He's told us that before. And so I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this roster looks like and all the new guys that they're bringing in. And just LSU fans should know that they've got the right guy in charge to be able to win a national championship, not be complacent in the next year, and just go out there and just kind of roll the ball out.
Rivs, real quick here.
Real quick, before you ask me what I know you're going to ask me, y'all are going to be at opening day at the box, right?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Y'all should tell people that.
We were painting our office the other day, and
you
Matt,
are.
And Matt, you were in there.
You were there. But you're going to be at the box, for sure.
I drank a lot of champagne.
You had.
No, you were painting. You were in it. You were in the zone painting our office.
Hell yeah, dude.
But yeah,
all
we're
right,
gonna be
let's
there.
go,
Did you just find out
Opening
live in this moment?
Yeah, dude.
I think everybody is going to be up there. So
come out and
from
see
the box.
Team OTB.
You really don't remember
that? Y'all are tickling something. I didn't realize that we had fully planned things out. I thought it was more of a tentative, maybe we should do this.
Well, I think Matt came by to say, "Hey, are y'all good with that?" And y'all were both like, "Well, for sure."
Well, yeah. I mean, I love
Well,
this.
yeah.
Rivs, how are we feeling about Mississippi State this year? We bouncing back?
I mean, every year I try to go in very enthusiastic and confident, but sources are saying, my sources on the inside are saying that we are still bad.
Damn.
Still bad. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know, maybe set your bar low.
Yeah.
See where it goes, but sources from the inside are saying still bad.
So, Jay.
No, someone people in the program.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously their words weren't bad. Words weren't.
Read between the lines.
Yeah.
It's
not happening this year for us.
All right, when we get back, let's do Ask the Bench. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. That's right, GEAUXTommys.com, where you'll see the difference clearly. I was super pumped. I hope everybody went and saw Tommy at the Lamar Dixon Expo this last weekend. He texted me the other day, say the leads are rolling in. Y'all are starting to act. Huge thank you for that. But look, I don't want you to do this just because we're asking you. I want you to do this because I believe that this is the best path forward for you if you need windows, doors, or siding. Okay? Look at the reviews. They're incredible. But as I keep telling you, make them one of the bids, okay? Like, let them sell you. What's more trustworthy than that? I'm not even telling you outrageous. Make them one of your 3 bids for your project and let Tommy's sell you. GEAUXTommys, TOMMYS.com.
Yeah, go to the website today, gotommys.com, gotommys.com. If you want to call them and set it up, here is that phone number, 225-250-8808. Again, gotommys.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Join MMR and ignite your career today. MMR is the largest electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, and they're seeking talented individuals to join their team. For over 3 decades, they've been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge, and they have offices all around the globe.
And MMR offers a tailored path for both professional and personal development, outstanding benefits, and a dynamic culture. So whether you're an intern, a seasoned pro, or you're just starting out, see what MMR can offer you. Apply at mmrgrp.com.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The importance of doing this Fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance shops, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the Fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a Fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. I think we're rocking and rolling.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com.
Live from the 2024 Reese's Senior Bowl, Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
can't. We missed the intro if we are. I'm going to do the show like we are. Welcome back, OTB. Wrapping up the show here. A very successful day one here at the Mobile Convention Center. We are live. No Senior Bowl practice today. Practice will start tomorrow. But, huge thank you to the MMR group for sending us out here. MMRGRP.com. I keep reminding you about MMR being the largest industrial contractor in the entire nation. And they work all over the world, okay? And they're right here out of Baton Rouge, right? One of the few businesses still holding it down for the city, for the state of Louisiana. And so if you want to potentially work all over the world, have a great career, great benefits, all this sort of stuff, ability to move up, like if you're a student listening, go check it out. Talk to them. There are pathways there. There's internships you can do. If you're a new professional, even if you're a seasoned pro, MMR is always looking to add to its talent pool because they know they're not selling a product, they're selling a service, and the service is defined by the people, and the people are you. So apply now, MMRGRP.com. Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Curse Light, Vizzy Hard Seltzer, and Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus Sweet. Ask the Bench, which 90s quarterback are you taking to start a franchise with? Aikman, Elway, Kelly, Moon, Esiason, Cunningham, Marino.
Dan the Man, number 13.
I mean, it's really hard for me to get away from Elway.
Yeah,
he made so many Super Bowls.
Until he cut me.
That's true.
Dummy.
He made so many Super Bowls.
Big dummy.
Won a couple. It seems like he played in the era when nobody's putting up no stats, and then he played in the era where good stats started to come in. The wild card here would be Warren Moon.
I don't know. Randall Cunningham would be a pretty nice selection in today's offenses too.
That's true. But, I don't think we realized that Warren Moon would probably have challenged or had a lot of the all-time passing records had he not been the CFL for so long.
Herm Edwards compared Jaden Daniels to Randall Cunningham.
I can see that.
He coached him, obviously, at Arizona State. I'm sure I think did he play with Randall Cunningham with Philly? Either way, obviously knows Randall Cunningham.
Probably.
So, good comp. It's a good comp because the way the ball kind of comes out, too, kind of reminds me of Randall Cunningham.
God, Randall and that one Vikings team that year.
Oh, God, they were so good.
Dude. They were they were so much fun to watch. Look, if y'all have any good Mobile spots that we should hit up, please let us know. I'm always looking for some new spots to go check out. We'll be here all week long, out and about, enjoying the wonderful people, the sights, the scenes. A massive thank you to Alondra and Taylor producing back in the studio. A huge thank you to Rivers for setting up all of the equipment and the cameras and the internet and everything. Flawless show. Besides telling me Laiatu Latu was camera. We did great work today. So thank you all very much. We love you. Shout out to MMR. We'll be back with day 2 of the Senior Bowl tomorrow.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property, so retail stores,